Hey, look, I'm gonna have my green light in a couple days. I can't wait to get it. Hey, so your joint is hidden with the stars and the green. Hey, man. So like I said, I didn't want to go in too much. We stalled them long enough. Hey, y'all, it's a lot of y'all in here now. So we got Faise on. He finna break down and go in on this green movement, man. This green movement. This is big. It's big. I was telling both of you about it yesterday. So go in, Faise. The floor is yours. It's all yours. We got the people in here.
I appreciate it, family. So where we at right now is I was explaining to people a while back that the war that was taking place with the music industry, which a lot of people, they may not have witnessed it, how some of y'all who probably were walking with me, if you did know what was going on, were witnessing it. But I declared war on Baphomet on his front porch, which is the music industry. And I told people how you can see that that's the main tool that they use. It's not something new though. They've been using Pan since the beginning of Greek history. And you had the Pan god there, the lyre, who was basically the formation of Lucifer in the Greek mythology, where a lyre is literally the music instrument that he was using. And they said in the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44, what? You are of your father, the devil, right? And the lust of your father you will do. And they were saying that he was a liar, he was a murderer, he was a deceiver, all these other things. So Pan was the one who was the goat being who played the musical instrument called the lyre. You understand? And as he played that instrument, he was the one who was pushing out the forces of deceit, you know what I mean, to the people of the planet Earth. And you had something referred to as Pandora's box. And that's when you see Pan again. And Pandora's box was not supposed, that was the music box. And it wasn't supposed to be open. They gave her the order and said, don't open it because the evil things that were in it didn't need to get out to the rest of the people. But she didn't listen and she wound up opening it anyway. And that's where the evil started to get out. That's the music industry. That's the machine that is not just about what they're saying. It's not just about what's coming out of their mouth. It's about the tones and the frequencies that they have these engineers and these masters and these mixers putting into the music, and the repetition of those tones and frequencies continuing to hit people and their bodies being toned up to whatever those frequencies are, which is what's causing the confusion. And it's been happening like that for a long time. So I said, okay, you have Pan, you have Pandora's box. They actually came out with a streaming service. It was called Pandora's, you know what I'm saying, streaming service, Pandora, right? Which is no mistake there. Right? I told people to pay attention to the fact that if the artists and the musicians are being pushed forth through the machine, that music box, Pandora's box, the music industry, then those are your warlocks and your witches. Those are your idols. Those are your gods of the planet Earth in today's day and age. And if you're supposed to be fighting on the side of the Most High, or fighting as Michael and his angels, or fighting as some of the people who are saying they want to combat the devilish frequencies or the dark frequencies of the planet, right, then you would have to, for one, know what art is being used in today's day and age, and it's music. All right, that's the main form of magic right now. It ain't even the candles, it ain't even the nails, it ain't even the paprot, it ain't even the dragon blood. That's all factored into what people think the art is. But the main art that's being utilized is music. Okay? And they always say, if you want to know where a people, is, or a people are, if you want to know where a people are, look at their music. Listen to their music and see what are the stories that they tell, and what's the frequency that they're vibrating on through their music. It's a reflection of who and what you are as a person. When you speak, your music is your voice. You understand? That's why they say, my sheep know my voice. There's a tone that happens when I speak that people already know, hey, it's time to listen. It ain't even about me, the flesh person that you're looking at. You understand? It's about what it stands for, that I even exist. The event itself is speaking directly to the people. That's a specific song, and we're going to get into that, because you have to go into the conversation of Revelation chapter 14, where it speaks about a whole bunch of people coming together. This is what's happening now, by the way. And this is what will be referred to as the 144,000, okay, or the 144, which gives you the frequency of 9, which people should be on point about now. By now, so many people have been breaking it down, that 1 + 4 + 4 = 9, okay? But then you have to hone in on the fact, or hearken in on the fact, that Revelation 14:4 speaks about who the 144 would be and how they would be. You understand? Which gets into the science of the nun, which is still the 9. When you're saying yeah nun, right, you're saying oh light, or yeah is say oh, nun is to say light. Okay, but when you're saying a nun, what is also a nun? A nun is somebody who's preserved themselves, all right, and kept their virtuosity or their virginity, and they're supposed to be saving themselves for Christ, which is a level of enlightenment, a level of mastery. And their ability to do that, their ability to redeem themselves, because they didn't say that they never went astray. They said they weren't defiled, meaning when we show up as the truth in that moment, where are you standing? Where are you in that moment? And they were in alignment with virtuosity, okay, as opposed to vanity. And the way that they did it was they redeemed themselves. And to redeem yourself, you have to come up out of the root, all right, all the way up through the heart. This is what we learned in the Rosicrucian order, all right, from the hara to the heart to the head. You go from the hara to the heart to the head. I put it in my book, Rehab, where hara is like the frequencies of red. When you say a horror movie, what do you think of? You think green or red? You think the color red. When you think of a horror, right? Can you hear me? How's my sound? I should have asked you that. How's my sound? Is it good?
Oh yeah, your sound is fire. Your background fire, everything to you.
I appreciate it. So I'm just gonna tune through. You have that horror color, the red color, right? They just came out with a movie. I put it in the book also. It was called Insidious. And I told people one of the ways that you'll be pulling away from their dark world is, for one, what I do, okay, you can either replicate it or you don't listen. But I don't watch horror movies. You understand? Because those are weapons. The same way I don't listen to trap or drill or heavy metal. These are weapons. If you really knew how powerful music was, you would be cautious of everything, you know what I'm saying, that you consume in that regard. You wouldn't just listen to music just because you think it sounds good. You would have to be in tune as far as what point of your body is saying it sounds good. The same way if somebody's constantly offering you snacks after snacks after snacks, you want a honey bun, you want a donut, you want a pastry, you want a Danish, snacks. It tastes good. You think it's good for you. But too many snacks, you start taking on too much of the negative frequencies and the impurities, you start gaining weight and taking on fat and becoming too heavy. And the heavier you become, the less of the gaseous, or what you say, gases, Jesus-like being you become. You start being too heavy, you can't ascend. Meaning you're not going up that mountain or Mount Zion that they said the 144 was standing on. That's important why I'm saying that. That's why sisters like Erykah Badu came out with the song Bag Lady. You understand? Saying what? Bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. And it doesn't just deal with women. It's not just according to women. You understand? It doesn't just apply to women. It applies to the men also. You're letting off that baggage when you're saying, because I've been taking in all of these negative frequencies, I'm starting to like this and say, oh, this is good for me, but it's not good for me, it's good to me. So what am I saying? Everything that's good to you ain't good for you. You might enjoy the rush of a thriller. You might enjoy the rush of a horror movie. You understand? But you have to think, they program those movies for a very specific type of response. And people hoard together and gather together in theaters, listen, movie theaters, to be scared or to be brought into the frequency of fear. And they know what they're doing. In the movie Insidious, which, again, I didn't watch the movie. I only remember one piece of the movie because some people in my family were watching it. And I was passing through, and I saw that very specific point. That's why I knew, for one, that I don't care how many they came out. I think it's the fifth one they just came out with this year. Ironically, they called it the Red Door, right? They could have called it anything else, but they called it the Red Door. And on the cover of the movie, they have these green lights surrounding a red door, and they want you to go through the red door. You understand? It's a purpose for that. It's a whole reason for that. And that's why it came up under the 5. But that's a whole different purpose also, right? Where I speak of the 5G, where 5G ain't just some towers. 5G is speaking of a very specific generation. And when you say the word generation, you think it in terms of a time period. When we hear generation, we're talking about a gene, right, that is being activated. And if they want that 5th generation, they're saying they want more people to be up under the pentagram. 5G, pentagram, 5th generation. That's why I said in the song, We Had Time, which I hear the code in there. When you flip the words, we had time around, you get emit the hue. Emit the hue. What hue am I talking about? A green light that leads you up to the actual, what you call the crown syndrome. I don't want to say the word. I'm not speaking in terms of some virus. I'm speaking in terms of the activation of the hue, the aura. All right? You emit the hue because you already had time. You're in the 9th hour, and we'll get to that also. You understand? And this 9th hour is very important because once you figure out what that sound is, all right, and you raise up that frequency, you're going to witness a point in time where you'll know to be silent, and we'll get to that also. So they had the name of the movie called Insidious. And I said, all you gotta do is look at what the word means. Insidious means to go through something gradually in such a way that it causes harmful effects. Okay, that it harms you. I said, exactly. That's why for that one particular scene that I saw, they had one of the characters, I don't know who the main character was, one of the characters got up out of a chair and he left his body. You understand? So he was astral projecting. But he turned back and looked, and his body was there. And I was listening to the tones that they were playing when it happened. I said, they're trying to limit people's ability to astral project. Because there are times where you can experience sleep paralysis, okay, where you will be able to get up out of your body and ascend beyond the frequencies of sleep paralysis that most people are caught in. Okay, most people, when they experience sleep paralysis, they say they experience either the Hat Man, okay, or the horned being that they think is a hat, or the Slender Man, or some dark shadowy beings, or they say they're being rolled by a witch, or they say an incubus or a succubus attacked them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Nobody comes back from a sleep paralysis experience and say they ran into an angel. Nobody comes back from a sleep paralysis experience and they saw a being that was an Ethereum, which I have. This was back in 2015 when I stayed off of Camilton Road, Sarah and Hardin. I literally had a sleep paralysis experience, heard the sirens of a fire truck, and saw Etherians, which I call them Etherians because I have a reference that Dr. Malachi York gave me to be able to see or to say what those beings were. But they were lit up beings. They had the symmetry and the makeup of a human being, but they had no features, just light. And they were circling around my ceiling. You understand? I was in sleep paralysis. How do I know that? Because I couldn't use move my body. You understand? So it was a sleep paralysis experience. What's my point? That when most people experience sleep paralysis, where they have to cross between worlds, a world that's saying where you're going beyond the REM or the NREM, the non-rapid eye movement spaces, where you start experiencing what they call the hypnagogic hallucinations. Okay, when you start hearing sounds and you can hear somebody calling your name, and most people experience that. You can hear children running around. Some people experience that. You can hear sirens, hear dogs barking, different sounds that you're passing through. All right, where you can pick up on the same way if you take a radio dial and you were to turn it, which I've explained to people before, you turn that radio dial from one station to the next, there's a static in between. And that static in between allows for you to hear other realities or other realms. Okay, so they call it scientifically, so you don't think I'm crazy, hypnagogic hallucinations. Because when you go through those stages of transition, they say that because of those frequencies, you start hearing things that are not there. They're there, they're just not in the observable mode that you're in.
Here are the top 3 dirty self-defense moves. Number 1, throwing dirt in your opponent's eyes. Throwing an object at your opponent's eyes is a very
in when you're in beta or awake. You understand? So they're in different states. So you might experience it in theta, all right? Where you go, they literally call it the inspiration realm, or the inspiration universe, or the inspiration dimension, or the inspiration state of observation. You tap into that, you're literally able to pull in thoughts that you wouldn't be able to pull in if you were just constantly standing up, you know what I'm saying, or awake and then going back to rest. There's a stage in between there which you can activate if you get too sleepy and you say, I'm ready to go to sleep, but you continue to stay up. Your staying up causes, you ever been in a situation where you're talking to somebody and you get sleepy and you're still talking to them, but you start forgetting what you're saying, but you know you still were talking? That's theta state. You're pulling in from a realm of inspiration. That's what people say when they were writing the divine scriptures. They said they were in theta state. And you had people who actually knew how to put themselves in there, where they would have people that would wait by their bed, and when they were about to drift off into sleep, they'd make a loud noise so that they can activate that state of mind. Go look it up. There's something called the Jose Silva technique. If you haven't heard of it, Jose Silva, Silva. Go look up the Jose Silva technique, and it teaches more about the altered states of consciousness. Okay, so my point is, when I saw the movie Insidious, I said, just from the idea of astral projection being dark, okay, people may not understand how powerful an idea is. Just from the idea of astral projection being dark, when people start to experience that astral projection, it's the same way with sleep paralysis. A lot of people were introduced to monsters and demons and all kinds of things through movies since they were children. You understand? So when they started experiencing that realm between states of consciousness, where you literally are able to step out of these realms and go into an accelerated state called the astral plane, if you were allowed to, if you would allow yourself to, without the fear which causes restrictions. All right, when people get in that realm, they start experiencing demonic beings. Does that mean that the demonic beings don't exist and it's just coming from some movie. No, it means that they're in amber light when they're resting. They're resting in amber light. And these beings are attracted to amber light. What's a better way to say it? We went over this last time. They're attracted to lower vibrational frequencies. You understand? So let's say sex, lust, when pornography is open, these different literal windows are open, beings are able to be attracted to whoever's indulging in what they now are calling demon time, all right, or the ungodly hour, what they say witching hours, what the Wiccans used to say, but it's the ungodly hour of demon time, anywhere between 12 a.m. to 3 a.m., where it's supposed to be people are tapping into the mental reservoir, all right, they're tapping into pornography, and it's opening doors for people where they're having encounters with beings that they wouldn't normally have encounters with, because those beings are literally using those windows to channel, all right? So people are wondering, why do they get these urges to go and even look into or look up these pornography sites or go do this or go do that? Why do they get these urges? A lot of times it's because they're surrounded by amber light, which means they're in the presence of beings who gravitate toward that light. So let's say if you got trash in your room, a whole bunch of trash in your room, and a fly comes in, all right? It's because there's trash there. So the fly will be equivalent to the demon, and the trash will be equivalent to all of the things you've been consuming, all right? For example, when we speak about the donuts, we yield to the impurities, all right, that these beings that will be scientifically referred to as parasites are attracted to. And there are so many different forms of parasites where the basis of it is to say that there's another being that comes in, integrates, and weaves itself into your being, okay, and starts to affect, whether it be through the gut or through the actual attachment to your brain. They start to affect literally how you feel and what you do, what you carry out, your acts, your actions. You understand? So if people wanted to have less of the sleep paralysis experiences, they would have to understand why it's happening. And for one, is because when there's a lot of electromagnetism in the root chakra, okay, there are a lot of beings who can sense it. And whether it be through their technology, like they showed you in the movie Jupiter's Ascendant, they can cause you to go into a paralysis. You don't have to believe me on this, but some people may need to go and watch that movie so you can see what I'm saying. Because when you look at the scene where there was a female floating in the air and they were moving her around in this warping type of technology, and there were these gray-looking beings, like the gray aliens, that kept stepping in and out of the reality, and they were invisible to the common eye, but the one who was the main character could see them. Okay, those gray beings look exactly like the depictions of the demons for a reason. Because a lot of people say, yo, I felt something probing me. I felt something being stuck inside of me. Okay, well, what was that? Okay, let me tell you. It was one of the two things. It was either a phallus, meaning the penis of an incubus. That might be uncomfortable for some people, but it's a reason why you say an incubus as opposed to a succubus. If these beings didn't have reproductive organs, you would never give it a gender. You understand? But you know that they have genders. If you ever had an experience with a succubus, you know this is a woman. Not only do you feel it in their essence, some people have had sex with these beings. You understand? So it's either a phallus or a penis that you were feeling, or you were feeling a literal probe, which is a piece of technology, like a thermometer that you stick in somebody and it gives you a reading. It's the same type of technology, except when they stick it into somebody, they extract the electromagnetic yields, and they're able to pull that energy. Go watch the movie Monsters, Inc. if you think I'm crazy. Go watch the movie Monsters, Inc. When the children get scared, what do? They siphon the trauma. They siphon the energy. They siphon the adrenochrome releases. Why? Because it's useful for them. It's like food for them. It's a source for them. You understand? So in order for them to continue to have the food that they need the rest of the world to be drunk. Because when the rest of the world is drunk with the fornication or the wine, you understand, which gives you the forne or the fornication or pornography, then they have more food, because human beings may not think much of their energy, but there are beings around you that do. And you may not know what to call them, but a lot of people that are listening to me have experienced them, and you may have been told that it was all in your head, and I'm here to tell you it's not all in your head. Okay, and it hasn't been all in your head. It wasn't in your ancestors' head. These are beings that actually exist, and they use humans as a resource. Okay, so to avoid certain things, I tell people stay away from the horror movies. Okay, and they show you what happens when these beings start arriving, when they get into your system, like the movie Venom explains it. When they get into your system, they start taking over. You understand? They'll show you that the Venom being was not just some random worm floating around. It had its own brain. It's called an instinctual parasite, meaning it just wants to live. That's all it wants to do. It does not care about your well-being. That's why Eddie Brock was going through hell. They say, bro, you look like shit. Why? Because he was being taken through the ringer just to allow for this being to survive. You understand? And once they're done using you up, what they do? They jump to the next body. So their whole thing is to siphon that soul energy from you and siphon the electromagnetism that you build up, whether it be through masturbation, whatever. That's why it's important for you to learn to transmute. Is it wrong for a person to feel what they feel that allows for them to create a life, which you will call lust? No, it's not wrong to feel that. This is where you get into raising up the frequency. That's why a lot of people have been consumed through lust. You know what I'm saying? Or conceived, excuse me. A lot of people were conceived through lust. You know what I'm saying? Few people were conceived through love. But what's the difference? The difference is, where were your intentions and where was your attention when the child was being conceived? Now, if you already placed ideas in people's minds through the pornography or whatever their tools have been used, because all of it is pornography, whether it be Hollywood movies, the music, all of it is the same thing. If you already put in people's minds, okay, that they need to have sex in vain, okay, and that they need to think and do all these vain things, at the point of the climax, that's where they were. They were in the amber light. You understand? So if the person wasn't conceived in the frequency of love, they already brought into the world in what's called sin. You understand? And then when they're born into the world, literally when they escape or exit the womb, all right, they're born into sin. And a lot of people don't like to hear that. I wasn't born into no sin. What are you really saying? You're saying you're born into the world of the moon. Sin is another word for an ancient Mesopotamian god called sin, or Nana, or Zuen is other words and other names that they give them. But Zuen comes up under the color red. That's his color. All right? That's your lowest vibrational color that you know of, other than the augmentation of color, which is black. So the highest color that you would know of beyond that would be purple, okay, which gives you the indigo. All right, before you start going into the violet or ultraviolet, which gives you the white. Okay, so when you're in Zuen's world, you're operating on a frequency that is a red frequency. And that's where a lot of people were conceived, you understand, right there, and they were born into a world of Zuen. So they were born into a world of lust, chaos, and confusion. Their whole purpose of traveling through this reality is to regain their connection with the divine. And the way to regain your connection with the divine, where was it severed at? It was severed when you were born, when they cut the umbilical cord. Notice that they start off umbilical with om. The umbilical cord was cut. I call it the umbilical cord. Because when you say biblical, you speak in terms of a holy book or Helios Biblos, but you're saying biblical as in Bible, which is the basic information that you would need before leaving Adama, which is the earth, which I told you was the soil chakra. You're going to need that again, because when you learn the Om again, listen, you're going to be able to exit Adama, the earth. And you won't be caught in the curse. And the curse is, everybody who came from Adama was supposed to return back to Adama. You're supposed to return back to the ground. All right? But we left a clause in there that said, we formed man out of the dust of the ground. We formed you out of the Adama. Then we breathed into you a certain type of knowledge and information, which happens to be Ka, all right, which is the spirit, where we say, test every spirit with the spirit, like I broke down and said, that's the information. When you were given a certain level of information, you were able to ascend as a master and evolve. And when you say evolve, you're saying two words. What words are you saying? Eve, and you're saying olive. Mm-hmm. Eve, olive. Or you can say Eve, alive. Whatever way you want to say it, the word Eve means living. Mm-hmm. All right, which gives you Hawa. All right, we say Hawa. When you say Yahweh, what is Yahweh? You're saying oh, living. Yahuwah. Yah. All right, oh, living. Hawa. And who said oh, living? Rasulullah, Muhammad. Oh, living. When he called out and was in distress, he would start off and say, oh, living, speaking to Eve. If I'm making it up, go look up, what does Eve mean? What does Hawa mean? It means life, living. This is what a lot of people don't want to hear, because it gets into the science of, is the woman God? Mm. All right? Meaning, is the woman God, not goddess? Mm. All right? Is the woman God? In all actuality, the double X chromosome will represent the fullness of Homo sapien. If you really want to look at it, the Homo sapien is the full God image. Because we were made in the image and after the likeness of who? God, which brings you to a being called Nenti, all right, which Mother Nenti was the woman who said what? Science of the rib, woman of the rib. All right, where you get the story of Adam yielding Eve from the rib. Okay, and this scientist was accredited to being the creator or of the creators who yielded the human beings in the image and after the likeness of them. So these were women. All right, if you started off with Homo sapien from Homo erectus, you could not have started with XY. Science says there's a mitochondria, what? Eve. A mitochondria Eve, not a mitochondria Adam. That's science. Why do they say that? You understand? It's because it started with XX, double X chromosome. And that XX chromosome, you look at that symbol behind our two video, like our two displays, you see that 6-pointed star? That's a double X chromosome. You understand? You may have to take the horizontal lines out to see it. Take the horizontal lines out, and you will see that it's two X's connected. Let me see if I can draw it for you. Right? That gives you not only the 6-pointed star, but it gives you the Masonic emblem where you still have that G in the center. Notice we're still talking about the green light, correct? Okay, when we're talking about green light, we're also speaking about the science of power, all right, or higher. Okay? I don't know if you can see this image. You see that?
Yeah, like 2 X's.
Okay, that's the double X chromosome.
Yeah.
That gives you the 6-pointed star.
That's right.
It also gives you the Masonic emblem.
Yeah, square the compass.
Exactly. What letter do we put in the center of the Masonic emblem?
G.
The G, which is the vitality force. Chi. It's called Chi. All right? Or key. That's the key. All right? This is the letter we put in between. Well, I don't think I thought this through, young elder.
You got it?
Take my word for it.
Right.
It's going to be somewhere in here. I got faith.
Hey, it's right there. Right there. Okay.
I got to do this mug shot for him. There you go.
They see it. I see it now. Yeah, we see it right there.
All right, cool.
Right.
So that G is the chi, or the key, right? And the key is the vital force, the vital life force that you need to survive. But it's also that force that holds the atoms together. It's the force that holds these chromosomes together. It's the aether, as you call it in science, or ether, which is why Malachi broke down the science of non-ether. Okay, he was the one who introduced it to the world. Non-ether. Not ether, because ether came from like Einstein and them. But you had ether as non-ether being presented to Malachi York to show people about those bonds. Okay, and what happens when you have that active, right? So let's go back around to that science. When we're speaking in terms of the full being, all right, if you look at Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, which equals 9, when you add 2 and 7 together, the full being reaches Eve level. You understand? You have to make it back to being a living being. Somewhere along the line, not only did the women fall, all right, which gave you the broken X chromosome, the men have forgotten that they came from that resonance of double X. Not only do they say that, they forget that when you're thinking in terms of Sheba. What does Sheba mean? Sheba is a word saying that which is not, or nothing. Nothing is what Sheba means. You want to learn something interesting? If you look at the word Sheba, what's the first word you hear? She.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people think Sheba is a woman. Why? Because Sheba gives you she, but Sheba also gives you a word that means 7 in Hebrew. Sheba, 7, which is still the G, all right, that is in the center of that double X chromosome. Stay with me. Because remember I told you, Sheba is also a word that means oath, and we went over the fact that the Masons hold the G in the center, which is the chi, which is that vitality force in the center that allows for you to, what? Evolve. Okay? Because before you could evolve, you had to first come in and say, what? I confess that there is a supreme being. So when you're saying a supreme being, what are you saying? You're saying a superman. What does the word super mean? It means beyond. What does man? Man is human beings. So there's a being who is beyond this human being with his mankind, and that is the woman and whoever created the woman. All right? They didn't make it be that it was XY first. They made it be that it was XX first. It's a very important point. Because when we say evolve, and Eve means life, and Olive gives you another word when you look at it, say Olive is olive, like when Jesus stood on top of Mount Olive to teach people, okay? You're saying olive, you're also speaking in terms of oil, all right? Which is a certain type of information. Also, if you really go look at it, you'll find illuminating oil, all right? So olive oil gives you an anointing. And when you become anointed, you become connected again, Krista in Sanskrit, connected again, attracted again, all right, to whoever that divine is. So what is he saying? What is Faise getting on at? He's getting on at the fact that in order for you to become like Eve again, or to become a living soul, did I make it up or did they put it in the scripture? We breathe life to man, and he became an Eve, right? He evolved. In order for you to evolve, you have to reconnect, all right, yourself to what is called the divine. Now, when you think of divine, all right, if you think of a vine in nature, what color is a vine?
Green.
Green.
Like that. Yeah.
Green. I mean, that's the first thing you would think. You would think green.
Yeah, green. Yeah.
The vine is green. So the vine is green, and that same vine is what you were connected to your mother with. That was called the umbilical cord. All right? So when you get into the science of the Om, you're saying man is supposed to ascend out of, because they represent it in the science of the Ganesha. All right? Stay with me. Ganesha is a word that's saying a group of lit up beings, like we went over. And that Ganesha symbol appears with the 3 and the 5, which I told people the crescent over that 3 and the 5 is a 1, so you get 1, 3, 5. And that 1 plus 3 and that 5 gives you 9. Why is this important? It's important because 1, 4, 4 gives you 9, 1, 3, 5 gives you 9, and something else, which is the ohm frequency, also gives you 9. What is that? What is the hertz of the ohm frequency? 4, 3, 2. 432. Okay, go look it up. So the ohm frequency itself is 432, gives you 9. The 144 that we spoke of gives you 9. The 135, the same 135 that they gave Dr. Malachi Z. York, gives you what? 9. Okay, so when we're saying ohm, stay with me, we're talking about an ascension process. From Babylon, the world of confusion, like they put in the movie They Clone Tyrone, from Babylon, to get out of Babylon, you had to go to Mount, which is the elevated point, Zion, which meant what? Heaven. Go look it up. Zion. Heaven. So, as opposed to Zuin, there is Zion. So you have a choice. Are you going Zuin or are you going Zion? Zuin's world, or Set's world, or Bab's world, or Bab's pylon, Babylon, is fallen. It's fallen. So if you're deciding to fall low, okay, meaning to descend, by following these ones who go against Christ, antichrist, all right, into the world of Pan, okay, then that is your decision. So what happens? Iblis comes in and says, I will make sure that because you caused me to walk in error or be in error, and Allah said it in the Quran, what he said? He said, you are of the what? The lowly, not the high, the lowly. Stay with me. What they put in the book, they say, you are of the head, not the tail. They're trying to tell you where to go. To heaven, not hell. Head, not tail. All right? He said, you are of the lowly, get down from it. And they cast Iblis down. And before Iblis was said to be literally sent into the bowels of hell, okay, or into Jahannam, what they say? He said, yo, give me a set time. And I promise you, I bet you, they made a bet in the Quran. I bet you that I can make all of these people who you think is so worthy of ascension follow me. Follow. You understand? And they will follow. He said, I'm going to lead all of them into deception. And they will fall with me. And Allah said, all right. He said, anybody who follows you, they'll go to hell too. Anybody who chases bliss, stay with me, Iblis, they'll go to hell too. I'm not coming from no spooky perspective. You better understand. All right? They said, if they follow you, they were with you anyway. They can go with you. But if they stay with me, they walk with me, all right, then they won't inherit the fire or the flames or the horror or the bowels of hell. So again, if you start at the root, that is your first point. The first level is entry level science, right? That's your A. If you start at the root. Okay? That's your A.
All right, we see it right there.
Your foundation. You ascend and you get to another point, all right, where you receive an arc. This is your U.
Okay.
All right? And then after you figure out the AU, which is the gold, remember, we had to resurrect the golden ages with Tamaret. All right? Once you figured out how to reach up to the heart, because you start with the A, that's the root. You go to the U, that's the heart. Stay with me. When that heart is activated, now you're saying what? You step beyond the gold, and you're dealing with the green light. What is nirvana? Which you see a lot of people wear the shirt now, nirvana. What is nirvana? To say two words together, nur is light, and vana means gold. Once you surpass the golden light, and you're dealing with the heart now, the unhurt or the anahat, or the unstruck, okay? Now you can heal the body, and you can redeem the self. This is where you get up, listen, beyond the throat, beyond the heart, and where do you get to?
This right here is true.
You get to the M. To the M.
Oh yeah.
All right, but the M is silent. Stay with me. Because once you reach that M, or that crown, there's silence in the heavens for about half an hour. That's your seventh seal. Okay, stay with me. The A gives you a point of a whole world from the root. All right? The U gives you a point of a whole world from the heart, which still connects you to the third eye. Don't get confused. All right? And it's from your ascension that you achieve the science of the AU. Why am I saying AU? Not just to get your attention, AU, but because on the periodic table it gives you gold. And this is your yellow brick road. And what is a yellow brick? It's gold. And on your yellow brick road, you're getting up to the point where you can figure out behind the veil, all right, how to become like the Wizard of Oz, or the wisest of all of them, okay, which is a god. That's when you receive your crown. And when you receive your crown, that's your seventh seal opening. All right, now I want to point something out to you. There's a purity of song that has to take place on your way up there. That comes from the Vishuddha, which is the Vishuddha is the what's called the throat chakra. You go look it up, it means purity. Right? And when you achieve that purity, you can create a new sound. Or it will sound like a new sound. They said they're going to sing a song as it were a new song that only the 144 could learn. Only the 144 can learn that song. Meaning, this cannot be just any type of song, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You understand? This is not Mary Had a Little Lamb. This is not, I was born by the river. Because everybody can learn these songs. They're talking about a tone or a frequency. All right? This is where you get into the science of the Om, which is 3 different sounds, which gives you your A, your U, and your M, your 1, your 4, and your 7. Now, the reason why I say I want to take you further is because most people stop and say there are 7 chakras, 7 cycles that you go through to reach up to that heavenly point. Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. Go read it. All right, they said there was silence in the heavens. When the 7th seal were open, there was silence in the heavens for about half an hour. The inward side is speaking of that M being activated where there's a silence. Okay, and your crown is able to release this, what's called the Quran, all right, which is the Quran, right, where you go from 1 to 9. That's why the secret of the Quran is called 19, code 19, from 1 to 9. People think it to be a number, but 19 is not a number. Okay? Every number after 9 is a combination of 9s. 19 isn't a number. 19 is a process from 1 to 9. So it doesn't start at the root. In all actuality, it starts at the darkness before the root. That's why I said the root chakra is not the lowest chakra. The lowest one is the black chakra called the ground or the soil chakra. You with me? So you go up through there all the way up to the 9th one. The 9th one is the white chakra. So on your color spectrum, you're saying from black to red to orange to yellow to green, stay with me, in the center, the crossroad, all right, to indigo, well, to blue, to indigo, to violet, to white. That's your ascension process from darkness into the light. The same thing Tahuti taught. Okay? So when you reach that green light, all right, this is your time to tune with the old. That's how you use that healing to get up to the purity aspect of the blue chakra, which we haven't gotten there yet. It's going to take more work. Okay? But the whole purpose of the green light is to heal the self. Go look it up. That's why they call it unhurt. Unhurt, unstruck. Are you with me? So when this war is taking place, and they're saying, we want to paint the town red. What I told you, Doja Cat came as a Zazilla, all right? Doja Cat, all right? A specific type of being that wanted to promote, not only just to the adults, but to the children, the red light, what you saw happen in the Dr. Seuss, what, Cat in the Hat. Who was the Cat in the Hat? Azazel. That's why the Cat in the Hat is the same being as Uncle Sam. Go look at Uncle Sam's picture, and you'll look at the Cat in the Hat picture, and tell me what color the hat is. You see the red, all right? And the reason why it's called Doja, her name, okay, is because it came from Doja Jigger. Go look it up. She'll even say it. Doja is another way, a word for weed also, which causes people to be intoxicated, interestingly enough. But it was Doja Jigger, and it's to say a thing, which people don't really know the name of the thing. So you say Doja Jigger Cat. And this Doja Jigger Cat is a Zazilla, okay? And the reason I'm telling you that connects is because you watch the movie X-Men and you'll see Azazel, like I explained. Are you with me? And that Azazel is able to appear and disappear just like Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. And Doja Jigger Cat says she wants to paint the town red. Just like Alice in Wonderland, where there was a queen. And she wanted all red roses. And they were so terrified because they made a mistake, okay? Her minions made a mistake, and they planted red or white roses. And they were saying, yo, we made a mistake. We have to go and we're painting the roses red. We're painting the roses red. Why? Because that was the color that the queen required of them. So they're saying they want to what? Paint the town red. They want a red frequency out here, and they've been doing this since the beginning of this year. The 7th year. What is the 7th letter? G. Green. The vitality. Okay? They're waging war. So what we're doing right now with this green light movement is we're counteracting their war. We're counteracting their attack. So everybody that's listening, go get green lights. As you can see, this is not some facade. Go get green lights and put them in your home. Fill your home up with the light of what's called Al-Qadir, the green one. Fill your home up with it. A lot of people have already done it. If you've been walking with me, you've seen people that send me the images, and I posted on my story and said, look, everybody's already putting themselves in that position to fill their home up with green light. It's a healing light. Okay? When you set an intention around green light, you'll feel better. Try it. Don't believe me. Try it. If you're dealing with some type of anxiety or stress, turn on that green light, take in deep breaths, and set an intention. See a newer version of yourself that's not going through that pain. We didn't make the green color the unhurt chakra for no reason. You understand? Malachi York didn't come in the green light for no reason. We didn't show people how to go against Zuin to build a new world for no reason. You understand? You do it through the green light. That's why the willpower color in the Green Lantern movie is green. It's all about will. And when you activate that will, nobody can deter you. Or nobody can destroy you. At the root of that destroy word, you got another word called desture, which is red. And if I'm just making that up, go look up what did the word desture mean for them, not just red. What was the color a representation of? It was a representation of war and destruction. You understand? So you cannot be destroyed when you're standing in the green light. And I'm telling you right now, they're opening up the portals of Pan. all over. I put a post up on my Instagram. I said, if you've been figuring or feeling out for yourself that there are things happening around you that seem like they're coming out of nowhere. You don't know where these things are. It's just a lot of frenzy, a lot of anxiety, chaos, and disorder and confusion. That's not by accident. These beings are trying to create a newer reality of darkness. They're trying their hardest, and it's a lot of magic they're doing. And they started this year, in the beginning of this year, where I said, pay attention to all the red that they're doing. From Sam Smith to Rihanna, all of that. I said, pay attention to all of that. Sexy Red blows up, all of that. Okay? It's not by accident. It's for a reason. And anybody that didn't catch that, I don't know what to tell you. But there was a town that was pounded before, and what was Sexy Red main single? It was called Pound Town. And she went on, listen, to an interview, a show, Funny Marco, and he asked her about God in the church, and she started cutting him short. I'm not even a Christian, you better listen. She started cutting him short. And she said she would perform her music in the church. In what's supposed to be a holy place, she would bring six, and the red, all right, the root, to the holy place. She tell you what she there to do. There was a town that was pounded. There was two towns. It was called Sodom and Gomorrah. And why were they pounded? Because they were led astray by the lustful frequencies, the red frequencies, the red light. It took over them. Desire took over them. That's why we say lust, it was the birth for human beings. Lust was the birth of mortality. You understand? And the death, what did it kill? It killed your divinity. Is this a new science? Or did all of the Buddhas teach this, all right, that your purpose of transmuting is not to experience the orgasmic bliss? Orgasmic bliss traps people. It keeps people wanting more. It's called the dopamine release. The more molecule. You want more. That's why I tell people you need to master the bait, because they keep reeling you in and hooking you in. And everybody's so stuck in their own masturbation, whether it be through physical or mental. And they can't master that bait. And they're hooked. If somebody gets stuck on a drug, what do you call them? You say, you're hooked. If they take a drug, what do they say? We need another hit. I need another hit. It's all an illusion. Another illusion that they give you would say, I need a fix. Saying that there's something that's broken, but it's an illusion of fixing something. Because after you get that so-called fix, there's something called a crash. And when you crash, you say, damn, I need another fix. But I thought you got fixed. So people are high out their mind, okay, which is an illusion of being high, because really they low. They're experiencing bliss, but the bliss is an illusion. You with me? They keep asking for a fix, but they won't fix themselves or go into rehab. That's why the whole world needs rehab, because the whole world has been duped, like we said the dragon was going to do. The dragon duped or deceived or doped the whole world. What did Future say when he did the song with Juice WRLD? Or the album with Juice WRLD, World on Drugs. The world has been duped. The world has been deceived into worshiping the God of bliss or the orgasm, who is Iblis, Satan. And not just some Satan outside of themselves. I'm speaking about that they used to show you in the cartoons. You had an angel on one side, the right side was the angel, and the left side was the devil. And both of them were trying to speak to you. You're the one with the will, W-H-E-E-L. You're the one with the will, W-I-L-L, that decides what direction you're going to turn or steer. And both of them made offers to you, like they said in the Quran. Chapter 14, 22. You understand? He said, they're going to try to blame the devil for falling low. And the devil going to say, you have yourselves to blame. All I did was made you an offer. When you were faced with the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they made you an offer. Eve was saying she was beguiled. In all actuality, she chose to eat the fruit. Adam might say he was tricked by the woman. In all actuality, nobody made him eat the fruit. You with me? So what is the fruit of the loom? Well, you say Fruit of the Loom, you're saying what? Fruit of the Illuminati, but you're also speaking of an underwear brand that guides or guards the genitalia, the tree in the midst of the garden, the phallus, the penis. You with me? And interestingly enough, when you're saying phallus, okay, you're saying a few words. You're saying phallus. Who has a phallus, fellas? And when you're speaking in terms of fallacy, you're saying something is false. If you flip the letters around in the word false, what do you get? Phallus. The false world. That's why the elders taught us what? Make sure you're not thinking with the wrong head. Because if you're thinking with the wrong head, you will be misled. What head were they talking about? The phallus. You with me? And so this pertains to both sexes. My point is, when you're living up under the fallacy world or the world of falsehood, okay, you can't ascend. Because every decision you make is based off of your own primitive instincts. And people say, well, I want to ascend. I want to do better. I want to stop this. I want to get off drugs. I want to quit porn. I want to quit sex and casual sex with any and everybody. They want to. What they're really trying to say is they will to. But what are they talking about? They're saying the spirit is willing. They have the spirit of will. But their flesh is that flesh that's weak. What are they saying? The carnal mind can't please God. There's no way you can reach up to that crown if you're invested in the carnal mind. So what I did for people is I started telling them, I said, look, you start with what you know is a basis. Say, you start fasting. You need to eat, right? Everybody need to eat to survive in some way, shape, or fashion. Okay, so fast. Because that's saying to yourself that you are going to take, even if it's for a day, 2 days, 3 days. All right, the longest we did as a group of people was 9 days as a collective. All right? You take however many days and you're telling your body, even though your body is saying, I have to eat, okay, that you're going to choose not to. You're controlling your body. And your body may not like you in the beginning. But what winds up happening after that third day? Interestingly enough, actually it takes 24 hours. But after that third day, you have completely rebooted your immune system. After that third day, that which is called ketones, interestingly enough, ketones, is activated in your body. Your body starts going after and eliminating and targeting fat cells, impurities, and shutting them down. Illnesses, things that are not supposed to be there. Parasites are fighting for their life when you're fasting. It may not feel good because it literally sometimes can feel like you're going through hell, but it's a necessary hell. If you can conquer the art of fasting, saying you're not going to consume something for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, you can fight any illness. You can war with any parasite, whether it be a physical parasite operating with the astral or an astral parasite operating in your physical, all right? Whether it be something that affects your sleep cycles or whatever, you can fight anything that's plaguing your being if you can decide you won't eat. That's why they gave you the art of fasting, because something starts activating in your frontal lobe that says, I'm in control. That's why they call the frontal lobe the boss lobe of the body. It's the boss lobe. It controls. That's the steering wheel. So what's happening here when you're saying, I'm not going to eat, but your body says eat? That means there are two parts of you functioning. But you'll notice after you go without eating, your body starts being agreeable to you. Your body starts following you. So who have you been following? Have you been following your soul aspect of the self, or have you been following the body aspect of the self? Are you in it for your body or your soul? If you need more to figure out how to find and activate and get in tune with the soul, I'm literally giving you the basics. Go 3 days without eating and you will meet your soul. Go 3 days, don't eat any food. You can drink your water. All right, I'm not trying to, you can drink your water. Some people done dry fast. I'm not recommending that right now, okay? Because I don't think people are there unless they reach that level. You go 3 days without food, you drink water, you will meet your soul. What is your soul? Your ability to say no to your body. That's your soul. If you can't separate your soul from your body, then you won't be able to know what it is. But once you do, you'll say, wait a minute. All right, I start feeling lighter after 3 days. I feel lighter. People had a gut. They couldn't get rid of their gut. They tried everything. They tried every dietary plan. They've been running all around the city with a jumping suit. You understand? They said, I can't lose my gut. I said, go on a fast. Immediately they started slimming down. People say, no, you don't need to fast. It was literally one of the brothers, Derez Deshaun, one of my brothers, one of my peoples, right here, artist. He was saying, what should he do? I said, yo, go for a whole month, do 3 days eating, 3 days not eating. You know what I mean? Well, I said, do 3 days not eating, then do a day where you do all your fruit. Then go another 3 days, and people telling him not to do it. They're saying, you know, your body ain't gonna be, your body would, if you had to, you would. If you had to, you wouldn't eat. If you had to, you would fast. So put yourself in a position to assume that reality of your own nature. You will survive. What are you afraid of? But people started to lose their gut. And you know, the more gut is present, there are impurities. This is just the reality. But people started to lose that, meaning they were literally getting lighter. That's why I told you, research fasting. Don't just listen, research it, and you start taking on that science as your own. That's a simple science. With that same simple science, you can go after anything else that's hindering you in your everyday life. And just choose another direction. Reroute the self. All right? That's what's called metanoing. The Greek word that brings you to what? Thinking and repenting. And if I say repent, I say, go look up the etymology of repent. You'll find change your mind. To change your mind is to change your brain. You have something in your brain that's referred to as a neural pathway or neural pathways. Okay? And if you're walking one pathway and you want to change your mind and become a newer guy or a newer L, change your pathway. How do you change the pathways, Faise? I'm telling you, if you get the urge to do something and you want to act off an impulse, tell yourself, I am not pulse. Because the impulse is to say, I'm pulse. I'm just the instant gratification self. Say, I'm not pulse. I'm longevity. Okay? And at the root word of longevity, you get a word there. Long. Breathe. Long. Mm-hmm. When you get an impulse, say, I'm not pulse. Think longevity and breathe. Boom. You need it again? You want to write it down? You want to text it to yourself?
Man, you going off, and there's a lot of people just coming in here. They just crowd up in here, man. We got a lot of people in here. You going ham, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going. You going in. Like you saying, like, you making me proud. Just go ahead.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that people are here. Because it's needed. In the moment of impulse, all right, you say, I'm not pulse. I'm longevity, and you breathe. Why am I saying that? We taught the most simple science, or it was taught the most simple science of the prana, the breath. All right? I have a meditation tape that you might find on it's on my Faise on YouTube. It's called Inner Sense Meditation. The first track is breathe, remember. There's information all around you. That's where you get the science of prana. Information all around you. When you breathe, it is not some spiritual esoteric science. It is literally science. When you take in a deep breath and that parasympathetic nervous system is activated, you start to rest. If there's an impulse, that means something is agitated in your body. Say, act now, act now, act now. And your instinctual self thinks that it needs to do it. Your instinctual or reptilian brain, listen, thinks that you need to do whatever that urge is. Or need to act in accordance to whatever that urge is. Do whatever that action is. Do it now. Or they say, well, tonight, just do it. No, don't just do it. Think about it. Mm-hmm. And one of the best ways to activate the critical thinking self is to take a deep breath. Please go look up what I'm saying. This is science, not spirituality. You're taking a deep breath. You hold and release. You just brought energy to the front of your brain. And that energy said, pay attention. He's telling us to pay attention. Or she's telling us to pay attention. And your brain activates and says, what do we need to pay attention to? Do another breath. There's something I want to do, but the reason why I'm stopping to think is I don't actually feel in my higher self, which is my frontal lobe, that this is going to benefit my being. The brain says, okay, we're going to go back to the drawing board then. Let's weigh out our options. What am I going to think of myself after I do this? Have I done this before? When I did it, was I okay with myself? In the moment of what appears to be pleasure or bliss, all right, when I thought that I was enjoying the act, okay, was I being deceived by instant gratification or impulse or a bliss, instant bliss, right? Was I being confused and deceived by that moment, all right, or that current, which is energy, by whatever was happening around me that stimulated, okay, whatever those urges were. And once you figure that out, you say, okay, I do not have to do this. I do not have to do this. And what's also important is you have to not only set an intention for the moment, you have to pick up momentum and set an intention that takes you through your whole walk. Where are you going? If you're following the yellow or walking along the yellow brick road or traveling, where are you going? You're going to the east? Okay. So then why would you stop right here in Southwest? Why would you stop over here near north or go east? That's where you're going. That's why I said don't get caught in them poppy fields. Keep walking. Because the poppy or the opioid, all right, keeps you stuck. And you start enjoying all of this other stuff that has nothing to do with your walk. That's why you stay on the path, the straight and narrow. Narrow is the path, straight way is the path that leads to Eve, life. Few be there that find it. Few people will find that pathway. Not many people will find the pathway to Eve. But they said a lot of people will find the pathway to Desha, the red, or the destruction. So a lot of people, it's easier for you to do the deeds or the actions that cause for you to regret and have shame and all these other things that were introduced in the book of Genesis, where they first partook of the fruit of the loom, which a lot of people, when you think of the fruit, what is the fruit? A lot of people think it's an apple. What color do they see? They see red. It's for a reason. They had the shame, they had the blame, they had the deception, all of that was there. They didn't have to have that. So you fill up your lungs, you activate what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. You activate the frontal lobe or the prefrontal cortex, and you start becoming a forward thinker. You just had a conversation with your soul. And the more you do that, the stronger you become. They have a point where a person is about to orgasm. It's called the point of no return. Why do they call it that? They call it that because after you surrender to the urge to release, all right, and you walk through all of the doors, okay, which are contractions, and every door got you closer and closer and closer to this release. After you walk through that door, there's no going back. Boom, there's a spark. It's called a climax. And that's the point of no return, that last door that you walk through that causes that spark. So they have another science, it was referred to as edging. What is an edge? Another word for edge is called limbus. Go look it up in Latin, limbus, which is limbo. And you have a limbus section in your brain. Go figure. When you're edging, you're teetering along the edge and say, am I going to choose to use my will, or am I going to fall back into the basal ganglia, or to the reptilian brain, or to the lower self? Are you evil because you listen to your instincts or your urges? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're evil because you may be addicted to a drug. Most people are, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. What I'm saying is, your brain is being convinced by your decisions, by your choices, that it needs the substance, or it needs the interaction, or it needs the indulgence, and it doesn't. And it's your soul that, when you communicate with it using your will remind you, okay, you are not a slave to your reality. You're not a slave to realities that these other people or elites have spawned. You're not a slave to it. Something happens in your realm, you do not have to react to it. You don't have to. If you get an urge to do something, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a sexual urge. It can be an urge to fight because somebody pissed you off. You're stronger not to fight. Mm-hmm. People think agreeable angels or agreeable people are weak. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little, a small story about us. We're not. The end. Once upon a time, we ain't. The end. You're actually stronger. It's actually more energy that goes into doing green light magic than the energy required to do amber light magic. It's like puny magic. It's small. It takes more energy to do the healing works than it does to hurt somebody. It takes more energy to bring a world into order than it does to bring it out of order. It takes more energy to build a pyramid than it does to knock it down. It takes more energy to jump up on your porch than it does to walk off of it. Is this spiritual or is it scientific? It's scientific. It's a key word. It's called work. You go look up jewels, because that's a jewel. Joules. With me? And the work that you do is literally when you have to use your energy to get something done. All right? That's why I say there's been a very long period of time, the outward version of the silence in the heavens, because Dr. Malachi Z. York started his cracking open of the seal in 1970 all the way through the year 2000, which was 30 years, which was 30 minutes. That's why he was referred to as the man of the hour. Okay? So the second 30 minutes was leading up to that 2030 year that everybody's talking about now. Okay? They said it was a silence in the heaven, Revelation chapter 8, verse 1 and 2. Okay? There was a silence in the heavens for about half an hour. They came and locked Malachi York in 2002. Okay? So it wasn't all the way 30 years. It wasn't 30 years on the dot. It was about 30 years. It's about half an hour. And there have already been 21 of those years that have gone past, or 21 of those minutes that have gone past, and there's been silence. What am I saying by silence? I'm saying that he lifted up the golden ages, and people have just been walking with the golden ages in their hand like that's the end-all, be-all. Once you became a newer L on that pathway, and you started changing your brain to become a conscious being and alter your neural pathways, for those of you who did it, some of you before I was born, once you did that, you still had to build a new world. If you became gods just to say you were gods, if you became Nubians just to say you were Nubians, if you became Nubians just to say you were Nubians, that was a waste of energy. You with me? The next stage is after those golden pyramids were erected, or that Nirvana, when you rolled past Tamaray, all right, you knew it was the time of Ray. The time of Ray, bro, light, rock. When you look at Tamaray in the nighttime, you saw golden light, Nirvana. Light, Vana. Go look it up. Nord is light, Vana is golden. You saw the golden light. What is nirvana? Heaven or the Holy Land. You saw it. Everybody talking about the golden ages. The golden ages have already been erected. What are you going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Because we said once you go up on that rooftop, which is over that Savannah or over that sacral chakra, all right, past the dwelling place, and you're standing on top of it, it's called what? The solar plexus. The golden solar plexus, the golden light, when you say yellow. When you're standing there on it, you still have to activate that green that was on top of that pyramid. The green light. You still have to do the works. That's why he kept showing up to you with the green light. You understand? He said, I am called in tones. Yeah, noon. Oh, light. That's why when I was a child, when I needed to heal myself and I was having pain or a headache, I was taught young that you would say, omnipotent, O light. You are led by way of the light, and that light is in your life, O light. Omnipotent, O light. You are led by way of the light, and that light is in your life, O light. When we were saying O light, we were saying Yanu. And we were told to envision the green light. And it worked. This is an ancient mystery. It worked. You understand? So when Michael Jackson comes out and says we need to heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race, there are people dying. Do you care enough for the living? The what? The living. Heal the world. Bring green light to the world. The angel Michael brought green light to the world. Their world, God's world, has ended. Go watch the movie 9 and notice it is all about the green light. And they said what? It came out on September 9th, 2009. Y2K was the end of their world. Who taught us that? The end of the moon cycle, Malachi York. Right? They said, for the long line of the movie 9, when they released it on 9/99, not by coincidence, they said when our world ended, their mission began. The devil knows what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be out here pushing the green light, which is why I scratched my head as I grew up. I said, how is the conscious community vibrating with darkness and amber light? What happened? That's why I started to pay attention to even the simplest sciences to say where people's names were. Where they said they were coming up under the lesser light. All of these names were saying the same thing, that they were up under the red or the amber light or the darkness. I said, that's how it happened. When Malachi went in, there was a silence. So the silence that I'm speaking of, to bring it all back around, is people are just holding on to whatever this gold was, but what comes after it, the green and the blue, all right, the purple, we ain't got there. But we holding on to the gold and forgetting you have to do the works of the green. So right now I'm saying the color is green. If you can hear me, see what I've been doing, the color is green. I told people watch out because the Christian rappers are going to come up and they're going to help us war with the music industry, and it is happening just like I said it. Because I called forth all of their strongest demons, and they had no choice but to hear me. So there's a new avenue for you Christian rappers. I'm telling you now, take up your sword, go up at the beast. That's all you're supposed to be doing right now. And don't be afraid to call names. I keep saying it. Because when you call their names, they may not want to respond to you, but they have to respond. They may not respond by saying your name, you know what I'm saying? But they have to respond because this is art. If you make a diss track on somebody, they may not respond, but it's going to affect the next song they make. If they're not vibrating high enough. Somebody make a diss track on me, I might post it. And rate it. And do a reaction video. And say, hey, look, I was fucking just a nice bar. I don't give a fuck because I'm up there. What diss could you give? All I be saying is, look, nigga, you need to promote that more. So more people can find out who I am. But these Amalite beings cannot handle when we go for them. Stay with me. I'm telling you,
Because what you're doing is you're turning a mirror on somebody who, especially if they claiming that they come up under the science of God and they with God and they're pushing out the devilish music. That's one of the easiest ways you can get them. Say, how you with God and you pushing the works of the devil?
Come on.
Simple. You don't even got to be Christian. I'm telling you the key. This is how you shut down the demons. Because they're coming up under God. So then you have to ask, what God are you coming up under? What God is it? Let us know. Because it's a God of the world, Satan. You understand? And this being has been running the world for a long time. Or Iblis. So what I'm encouraging people to do is do the works. I've given people the sciences. I'm not trying to spiritualize any. We don't have time for that. I'm telling people exactly where to go to research. Every guy said on here so far. It's all scientific. You go look into it and you figure out that it's true. When it comes to your being. So don't spiritualize ascension. Ascension is not a spiritual process. It's a scientific process.
Thanks.
Changing your mind or repenting. I tell people, this is how you know that the ones who claiming to be woke ain't as woke as they claiming that they are. You understand? So don't think you're going to be able to follow somebody who's just saying that they woke and they're going to get you there. No, you better listen to what sounds right. Sound right reasoning. And then go and research what sounds right so that you can build a foundation off of that sound right reasoning. And use your reasoning. That's why it's there. You understand? Because if I go out and say, everybody needs to repent, people are going to come and attack because they think it's only from a Christian standpoint. The wise man or woman will go and research repent. And see that before it was a Christian concept, it was a scientific concept of rewiring the brain. It goes back as far as Hinduism. It's back as far as you want to go. To change the self. Man, know thyself. And you start understanding more about the universe and the things around you. The condition of your world changes, according to the Quran, when something inside you changes. So if you have that science, reverse it. If you can cause your world to be in the amber light because inside your amber light changed inside of you. Where does it start with? You can't do any of this without understanding the brain. And I know this might be a neuroscience, but it's called neuroscience. You know? But once you figure out, oh, that's neuroscience, look at the two words, neuro. It's neuro and it's old because it ain't some shit they just came up with. We've been talking about the brain. We've been telling people this is your control center. How you don't know about it? And you woke. You have to learn more about your brain. The more you learn about the brain, the more you learn about yourself. This, what you call in consciousness, is only an epiphenomenon of the brain. It's happening in your reality because you have a brain. Somebody think they're conscious is only because they have a brain to think that they're conscious. You understand? The reason why you're able to experience sleep paralysis, the astral plane, lucid dreaming, your brain. If anything were to happen to any of your lobes of your brain, you would not be the same person. So stop spiritualizing it and realize what you have here. If you're wearing a virtual headset and that's how you play the game, and somebody come and snip one of the cords, and you can't see out your left side of the headset, you just lost consciousness. If somebody's in a fight and they fight somebody, they get knocked out, they lost consciousness. Who are they in that in between then? They're non-existent. You ask them what happened while they were knocked out, they cannot recall. You can tell them all day what happened, but for themselves, they will not know because they were unconscious. So before you start claiming that you're conscious, start learning what makes you conscious is the brain. And before we start talking about these chakras and how to rise up and do all these other understanding and other, start telling people or teaching people and understanding it for yourself. How it's the brain, the power center itself that allows for you to send the energy up the spine. Okay, once we do all that for the inside, it needs to reflect outside. If we got all these people who are supposed to be the cream of the crop, the woke people, the spiritual community, the Christians, the Muslims, all of these religious people who say that they're walking in accordance to the orders, then they should reflect in your world. If it's not reflecting in your world, that means that yes, you have the light or you have the oil, but you have the oil of the amber-like beings. You are up under the crescent, Hillel in them. You are worshiping moon deities. And you can't go but so far with them beings.
Facts.
You want to ascend, go toward the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Go toward the sun. Ascend. And literally, it helps you. When the sun interacts with your crown, which is your brain, it helps you. It enriches you. It enhances you. It heals you. Anybody ever been sick? You ever been sick before? And you go out in the sun and you feel better? The sun will literally heal you. So when you go out in that sun, like I told you during the summertime, everybody who's been walking with me, if you haven't, look, it's fine. That's what the green light is for. Because as the sun is getting, you're getting further away from the sun right now. As you get into the colder season, you bring in the essence of vegetation with the green light. You with me? As the sun isn't able to be as potent to you as it would be during your solstice time, which your solstice ended, I think, around September 22nd, right? If it's not able to be as potent in its interaction with you, help it to interact with you because it's still out here. You can still feel it. It's still out here by yielding the green light and wielding the green light. Carry it with you. Meaning, put it up in your home, but meditate on it while you're out. Listen, you're going to see more green light. Stay with me. And I'm not saying stay with me in this moment. I'm saying stay with me on this path. You're going to see more green light out here, and it's not the end with the green light.
What do you say?
You with me? As the sun isn't able to be as potent to you as it would be during your solstice time, which your solstice ended, I think, around September 22nd, right? If it's not able to be as potent in its interaction with you, help it to interact with you because it's still out here. You can still feel it. It's still out here by yielding the green light and wielding the green light. Carry it with you. Meaning, put it up in your home, but meditate on it while you're out. Listen, you're going to see more green light. Stay with me. And I'm not saying stay with me in this moment. I'm saying stay with me on this path. You're going to see more green light out here, and it's not the end.
And ever since I said that, think about how many green light events there have been that people still don't even understand what they are, why they are. Just think about it. Don't think too hard. From the NASA Christmas tree constellation, they said it's all green. From the green fluid that was moving through New York, as soon as we did the movement, everywhere you looked, it was green water moving through New York City, right? What else they had? They had the people came back around, talk about the green light on the White House. Q came out and talked about that. Q the storm, okay? This green light beam that they're talking about, the green aurora lights that was appearing all over the planet, the green aurora curl atmospheric phenomenon that happened. They said it was an anomaly. It doesn't happen all the time, right? They didn't even know where the hell it was coming from or how it happened. You understand? Green been everywhere. Green light been popping up everywhere. All kind of green light occurrences. People been sending me the green lights since November, saying, look, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see? I said, I told y'all, green light gonna be more prominent now because I said, when I say the color is green, the color is green. Let me tell you something. The blue light is already charging. Okay? You should be getting prepared. It's gonna get here before you know it. I told you, I said, this year is gonna move faster than 2023. As long as you've been keeping up, that ain't nothing that's elusive to you. You're already in the third month of 2024. Okay? 2 months just ran past you. 2 months. Remember, people were just saying, this our year. It's going to be, you already 2 months down. And March hasn't spoken to you yet. You already see March getting up out of here, packing his bags. You know what I'm saying? All right, the 11th book is coming March 14th. That's going to be here tomorrow. And then the end of the fundraiser is going to be tomorrow. And we're going to keep moving. I'm telling you, they moving too slow. Some people still are stuck when I announced the fundraiser. I kept telling them what it was about. I said, here's what you need to focus on. You focus on the wrong thing. You need to be trying to figure out why I called it the 144,000 fundraiser. Didn't I say that? This fundraiser was months ago that I started it. I said, we'll end it in April. Okay? I said, you need to figure out why I called it this. That's what you need to be worried about. As opposed to whether or not I'm going to have money. You're not getting it. I did all of this without your money. Okay? Meaning the money that these people have, these millions of dollars and stuff, I didn't do this with that. I did this with this. This right here. This pen. And also my voice. You also need to figure out, why did Andre 3000 come out and announce the New Blue Sun, right? Literally after. You got to know the timing, because my timing on this Signs of the Green Light is logged as November 6th, 2023. You understand? And the Rehab book came out October 1st, 2023. Andre 3000 came out November 17th. Okay? 2 weeks after I announced the Green Light Movement and said he's dropping the New Blue Sun, the New Blue Sun album, where he was going to be playing the instrument or the flute. Do you understand I'm explaining to you? So the New Blue Sun, who was able to break that science down? People still don't understand what it means. Because you see sun as S-U-N, S-O-N, and then S-O-N-I-C. That's important. Because if you got my book, Rehab, you know I already said, leading up into the year 2024, which was the 8th year, all right, that it was going to be focused on this right here. Why would I say that? Because right after the green, you got red, orange, yellow, green, and then blue, and then the indigo, and then the violet and the purple, right? This 7-point scale. Right after this green point is the blue point, and that blue point is called the Vishuddha. It's the Vishuddha point, and it means pure, and it's called the throat chakra. All right? Where you emit a certain type of sound. Okay? That aligns with Revelation chapter 14, right? Verse 1 through 4. Specifically, I highlighted 14, verse 4. Why? Because 144. 14, verse 4 says, these are they which have not yet been what? Defiled. All right, with women is what they said, or the harlot, the system. They haven't been taken out of file or out of alignment. For they are the what? Virgins, pure. And in Revelation chapter 14, as a matter of fact, let's read it again. Let's go Revelation 14. Why did he do this? Why would he say it's $144,000? I'm telling you, most people don't understand it. Most people don't. And they won't, because they still haven't come up out. And they saying that they have, but they haven't. People still care about these worldly things. And we're in a whole nother world now. You see these messages coming through. Do y'all remember that big green light message? I forgot about that. That green light message that they said they got from 10 million light years away that was coming to the planet. People's like, oh, that's nothing. Okay, well, where did you find that before I said it was the green light, when I said the color was green? Where did you find a green light message and all this green light, green comments coming through, green? And if you've been walking with me, I said we were going to come out with a green light movement way before November. Okay? That's why I was telling people pay attention to the Childish movie, because it had all the green light science in it. You understand? And the green was in the center of the Nibiru that I drew. All right? I made a whole bunch of colors on it, but I made that center of the Nibiru green. And Nibiru means crossing. And then the center of that crossing point was the green light. Just like you would have if you were looking at the diagram of the chakras. Right there in the center would be the green light. Okay, that's that green. Go look at the Childish movie and you'll see it. So let's read it. Revelation chapter 14. Okay, up to Revelation 14:4. Okay. And I looked, and lo, a what? A lamb. Okay, so here goes our word, lamb. All right, lamb. Okay. And then you have L-A-M-B. This is a letter, all right, that appears in Arabic, like a J. And this is what the shepherds hold or held, okay, which I told you in my book. This is what the lamb symbol is. The question, why? Why? Because this word lamb, all right, gives you also lama in Hebrew, and it means why. You understand? And we speak about those who follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. That's why I say in order to ascend, you have to ask until the end. You never stop asking, because to stop asking is to stop following the what? With those 7 W's, which if you got my book, what are the 7 W's? Is why. Times 7. All right. 7 W's. Lamma. Why? Okay. You have to walk with the Lamb whithersoever he goeth until the end. That's why we said those who what? Endure. Okay. Unto the end. Those will be the ones who are what? Saved or secured. Is my saying that goes, you have to endure to what? Secure. All right? Look at this word endure. Let's split it. All right? You see this word right here? Or? It's a word that means light. And this right here said end, as in a time period, okay, that has come to cease. Those who make it to the end will see the true light. I didn't write that. I wrote this code for you, but I didn't write the scripture that said that those who endure unto the end, those same ones shall be saved or secured. Okay, well then you cannot ascend without asking unto the end. And you want to know what killed the conscious community? You want to know what stopped those beings from being able to transition when we make the transition? They were not able to sing along, okay, with El. They weren't humble. They couldn't do it. You understand? Because they allowed for their ego to have them pride. Listen, pride from the line. You know what I mean? You get what do you know what it means to pry something? To grip and pull. And this is what caused them to fall. Pride. That's how they were not able to become Elions with us, or Eliens. Now, is it too late? No. I was told this is your code for those of you who were not able to make that transition yet. Because we already at the green light, at that transitional point. You shouldn't still be down there. This is how you activate to get up out of there. Nuwupu. These are your letters. Nuwupu. And it means gold, which means you have to first make it up to the solar plexus, okay, where you'll receive a gem. All right, so you got to walk to get there, or run, or take a boat, or a train. However, you have to get there, and they're going to give you a gem, and it's going to allow for a light to shine that's going to activate that heart. So if you see us already burning the green light, you're late. Okay? Same way I told you Beyonce came out with that song Already. It's already time. Shine Your Body in 2019, before they came out with the COVID attack. All right? Meaning they were coming to cover up what the grand works were. Cover it. COVID. Cover it up. Cover up the 19. Don't let them overstand the 19 keys. You understand? As a matter of fact, when they see 19 keys, let them see a man with a moon symbol on his forehead, which is the mark of Halal, the mark of the beast. And make 19 keys the leader of the conscious people's movement. Make them look up to him, okay? Whilst we cover up that 19 and don't let people know what it actually is. Cover it, all right? Which is the word cover, as I explained to you, which is the word kafir, which literally means to conceal something that you know to be true. You understand? Which is why I called 19 keys out and said, why will you not let people know who the master teacher is, who brought us Nuwupu, right, which is the golden age. He actually resurrected it. And 19 Keys' response was, we don't need master teachers. We need master builders. A direct disrespect to the actual one who brought the higher level conversations to this realm, so that we could speak on a higher level, meaning we could what? Raise the bar. Raise the bar. Are you with me? Raise the bar. The word the bar means to speak or speech in Hebrew. All right? We wouldn't have been able to raise the bar if we came up under Hilal or Halal because that bar was too low. So somebody came to raise it. Every time you went from the root to the sacrum, to the solar plexus, to the heart chakra, to the throat, to the third eye, ajna, all the way up to the sahasrara, or the crown chakra, there was a bar that was aligned to it, or aligned with it. You understand? So you kept raising your bar. Like you're walking how you saw them tightrope walkers with that bar. You kept raising your bar. All right? We had to raise the bar. Why? Because raise the bar. Who is Ray? The sun. Shem. Okay? And that's where you get the word corona, crown. All the way up here at the top. All of these other centers or loops or chakra points had lights too, yeah. What was the truest light that we could reach? Okay? Or the most supreme light. That light didn't start to become true until you reached the green light. You understand? Which is the center at that crossroad. And then you went all the way up and you received your crown. Okay? And they reminded you about the what? The time. That's why I told you when Al-Quran, chapter 74, I ain't forget, we're going to read the rest of Revelation 14. Verse 30, listen to me. 74 verse 30 said, over it, listen, over it, all right, cover it, COVID, over it, what, is 19. And all you had to do was flip those words around and you would know what they were saying to you. It is over. Over it is over. 19, because 19 meant from 1 to 9. And when we say it is over, the word we're saying is Amun, which is the same word as saying Amen or Amin or Om. Go look it up. Meaning, now is the truth. Verily. Which they shouldn't say very lie. They say very true. It's very true. Very true, I say unto you, not very lie. You understand? Very true, I say unto you. So mote it be. It is done. You understand? It is over. 19. Same way I broke down to you when you deal with the clock. Okay? And you're looking at that clock of the 12 point, the 3 point, the 6 point, and the 9 point. You add 12 plus 3, you get what? 15. All right? 15 plus 3, actually 15 plus 6, you get what? 21. 21 plus 9, you get what? 30 at that point. All right? From that travel, from 1 all the way to that 9. Listen to what I'm explaining to you. You get this point to say 30. It is over. That's when he left at that 9th hour and rose up off of that cross. No one can break that down because they ain't take the time. They haven't studied it their whole life. But when you finally have all this under your belt, okay, you can see what was being said in GD, G-D 74, the hidden secret. And why did the Most High allow for the 74th chapter, Element Death, to be called the hidden secret? Because he knew there was going to come a time where they knew there was going to come a time where someone would be able to, all right, worthy of cracking open that seal and letting people know this is what we mean. And that time has come. You understand? So, yeah, they wanted everybody to think, yeah, it's not just him, it's the 19 Keys, Nature Boy, the young pharaohs. They gave you all of these different branch-offs of what the true light was. And all of these beings operate beneath the green light. They have never come up here where we at. That's why they won't acknowledge. They cannot acknowledge Dr. Melikazi York El as El Qadir. They can't acknowledge him. They can't say that there was a movement called Sons of Green Light. They can't say that there was a movement called Ansarul Allah that exploded the consciousness way beyond NOI. They can't do it. Why? You have to ask them. Okay? But don't not ask. Don't just accept what anybody says. You have to make sure you continue to ascend, ask until the end. Are you with me? Because we haven't finished. It's not done just yet. Okay? That's why we say, even when you see all those things, and you say, it is over. After you reach that 9th point in that 9th hour, you still got to get up to that upper room. All right? And we'll read that also. Okay? So let's get it done. All right? Revelation 14, 1 through 4. And I looked, and lo, a lamb. There we go. Right? stood on the Mount, what? Sion, which means heaven. Stay with me. And with him, 144,000. Where's that? Right there. Why did you do the fundraiser for 144,000, Faise? Okay. Right here is in the scripture. And with him, 144,000, having his father's name written in their forehead. Okay? What did I tell y'all? When we get to April, okay, 4th of 2024, which will give you 16, which will give you what? Why does it give you 16? Because 8 plus 8, 16. What's 1 plus 6? 7. Are y'all still walking? You still with me? Because that 7 is the G. I think I put it on the other page. You got the 7W, 7G, Shiva. All right? 7 is the G. Right here it says, with their father's name written in their foreheads. What is that father's name? That father's name is right here. Because somebody asked earlier, what does the G represent? Which allowed for me to give that whole breakdown. Right? This is the father's name written in the forehead. The G that reminds you of being centered. Okay? How do you obtain, all right, this father's name as opposed to this mark of the beast that niggas is walking around giving people to put on their head? How do you get the father's name as opposed to the name of Hillel or Baphomet or the beast? All right? How do you do that? You have to participate in sajda. Sajda. And sajda is a word in Arabic that means to prostrate. You understand? To prostrate. What do you see right there? Pro. Are you listening? And then you see straight. Like we said, what? Straight is the path. They spelled it literally S-T-R-A-I-T, okay, which was dealing with a line or a separation between bodies of water, okay, where I told you you had to meet El Qadir at the place where the two seas meet. What was the seas? Moses' sea, which was red. They literally put it in the scripture, the Red Sea. And El Qadir's sea was green. Go look up what I'm telling y'all so people don't try to make y'all think I'm trying to make shit up, okay? This is a science they didn't want people to know about. Moses was not the one who had the highest commandments. Qadir had a level of intelligence and wisdom over Moses, literally over Moses, as this is where Qadir had to meet Moses, right there at that center where the green light hit, okay? And that's in the literal center, which is called the Kitab, okay? The Kitab or the Kitab, and we broke that down already, okay? So prostration. Why did I say April 4th, 2024, when the planets are in alignment, not the planets are defiled, planets come in alignment, all right? When planet is a planetary alignment, all right before the solstice, okay, not the solstice, the total solar eclipse, okay, that takes place on April 8th, where they made an X marks the spot symbol, just as I was explaining about the X all through 2023, explaining about that green light and how it meets at that center. And I'm coming out with the book X marks the spot. Well, it just so happens that the X marks the spot in Illinois. Okay, this is just to recap, all right, bring you back around to that light. The Illinois, all right, and I explained what Illinois was saying. Even phonetically, you say the noise of God, all right, the sound of God, all right, the 144,144, which equals 9, which is God, okay? Illinois, and Illa also meant right there. That's what Illa means. It means right here or in that place. So Illinois, and the brother Bedell actually posted something about it not too long ago, and I didn't even know that the location of in Illinois, he went further. I didn't know the location in Illinois is Cairo, which is a place in Egypt. You understand? So that's why I be telling people, there's a lot of people doing decoding. It ain't just me. And the key thing is, the more people decode, the more we figure this whole thing out. All right? But I was like, damn, Cairo, because it's right there in Egypt, which aligns more with what I'm saying, because that X is the pyramid. And there are pyramids in Egypt. You understand what I'm explaining to you? So Ili means right there. It's Latin. Go look it up. It means right there in that place. All right? And Illinois was saying the best people. Okay? We the best. And I said, look at Khaled. Khaled was saying best. DJ Khaled, best. And what he said, we the best music. All right? And 144,000, what we're about to learn in a second, 144,000, I'll go over in a second, had to make music that only the 144,000 could make. Only the best. Only the what? The elect. Only the elect gonna overstand. Y'all remember I'm telling y'all, I used to say that. Only the elect gonna overstand. I had it in a song. What song was that? I said, only the elect gonna overstand. You remember what song that was? Was it New Brain? Because I came out with the Michael album. What song? Who remembers? Well, I said, only the elect gonna overstand. Okay, was that, it might have been New Brain if I'm not tripping.
Going 2 for 2, you know. Nigga like me, I'm going 4 to 4, how I'm supposed to go. Never mind. Nigga, program, whole computer, die. Headshot, fuck around, watch me open up.
Oh, no. I ain't never dropped that song. It was a song called Step In. Right? I ain't never recorded. That's what it is. I'm like, well, I know I ain't. Yeah, so I ain't never recorded, but in that song I put only the elect gonna overstand. Okay, so they ain't even out yet. I don't know. I ain't even recorded that shit. I don't know why I'm asking about that. Boom. So only the best. Only the elite, the elect. That's what the best are. That's what the elite are. So we the best music. DJ Khaled, we the best music. Only the best will make that music. And that music will be made right there where that X marks the spot on top of that mountain. All right, so let's read it. Revelation 14:4. All right, so I let you know that G in that forehead comes from sajda, which is your prostration. And on April 4th, all right, interestingly enough, let's look at this real quick before we go into it. 7:04 is when we're going to go outside on April 4th. 7:04 a.m., no matter what your time zone is. All right, and 7:04 is literally the crack of dawn. That ain't something I'm making up. Go look into it. 7:04 is when you start saying, okay, now this is where we're going to separate the night or the AM, the early AM darkness into the light. Okay, 7:04, which is still what? 7:04, like I put in the rehab book. Okay, that means G-O-D, 7-O-D, 7:04. The 7 is G, the 0 is the O, and the 4 is the D. I put it in the book. Okay, so at 7:04, we're going to go outside and we're going to produce the sound of O. It's actually going to be ah. You're only doing ah. We're going to do ah. All right, all of us are going to be doing it for 7 minutes, okay, leading up to 7:11. Then at 7:11, we're going to prostrate. And I told everybody, you prostrate for as long as you feel you need to. Some of y'all are going to cry, all right? Some of y'all are going to laugh. Some of you going to say nothing, okay? But that's going to be not your moment between you and I, your moment between yourself and the Most High, okay? It's going to be very personal. And it won't be the same if you just go outside and just do it. But when you tune yourself, there will be a different effect because you're going to know what you're doing is agreeable. And a lot of you have a lot of weight on you. I hear you, okay? But they're going to take it from you. All you have to do is put your head to the ground, no matter where you are. It could be in the dirt, it could be in the grass. All right, put your forehead, okay, to the ground. All right, and that will leave the mark of sajda, which is that mark of God on the forehead. Okay, so let's read it again. Revelation chapter 14, verse 1 through 4. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. Okay, the 144,000 fundraiser ends April 1st. All right, and there will be a fast for 3 days from April 1st leading up to April 4th. Okay, and on April 4th, that AM, that's when we'll go out into outside to do our calling together, our harmonic convergence. Are you with me? So no mistake, no error. All right, the divine is with us. It already aligned this, that on April 1st, it would end the fast. I didn't know that April would be the month that any type of planetary alignment or any of that was going to happen. Okay, I just listened. And then it just happened to be that this will be the time where we activate the harmonic convergence. First step, because there will be 3 parts to the triad. All right, the 1, the 3, and the 5. Okay, and if you've been walking, you already understand that. The first, which is the root, all the way up to the 3rd interval to the 5th interval, which gives us a 135. That's why Dr. York is smiling right now. I see him. And if you want to see him smiling, you want to see what I'm seeing, you go type in Dr. York 130. We might do that too. 135-year sentence, and you're going to see him smiling. Okay, because somebody finally figured it out and said, come home, Pop. You know what I mean? It's like, how long does it take niggas to figure some shit out? All they got to do is put their mind to it. You understand? Revelation chapter 14:4. And look, I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. Listen. And I heard a voice. What? A voice. Okay, a sound. Watch. From heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. Okay. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. Okay. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne. Okay. We the best music. All right. A new song, and new. A new song. Okay. Somebody asked me on the phone, what was it, 2 days ago? They asked me, said, what's the difference between Anu and Allah? Okay. It was a real good question. It led to a real good conversation. And I explained to them that Anu, there were multiple Anus. Okay. Many Anus. All right. But there are not many Allahs. There's only one Allah. Okay. So the Anu, okay, is to say the same thing as Illah. All right. Illah. Okay. Anu, Elion, El is the same as saying Allah. Because this Elion already means the Most High. Okay? But they made sure they put emphasis on that to say, just in case a nigga got crazy. No, we talking about the Most High, the Most High. Like, it's literally in the Holy Tablets, all right, by Dr. Malachi York, that was explained. Because they were asking Nekash, who was a snake, the serpent, Shaitan, Halel, why do they say Anu, Elion, Elion, El? Why do they repeat Elion? And he was like, oh, because he's saying his pride got the best of him. And Zakar, who was Adam, overheard that nigga, was like, bro, hell no, that's blasphemy. What you talking about? No, that ain't why we say Elion twice. We say Elion twice. He said, first of all, let me talk to you about this pride shit you talking about. Pride means you want some shit and you can't obtain it. First of all right, it's your pride that hinders you from even reaching this. You will never reach that because of your pride. You cannot become an Elion if you've been pride out of alignment, taken out of your way, or caused to walk astray by Iblis. All right? You can't reach that already. You cannot become Most High. You will never do it. So he wanted to remind niggas twice. Like, nigga, I'm the Most High, the Most High. And that's why we say Elion, Elion, El. Okay, so you say Allah, you're saying the same thing, all right? It's like saying Wahid, all right? It's saying the one, all right? Or El-Wahid, all right? The one, to say, ain't nobody beyond this person. This is as high as it's going to get, okay? But anybody could become Illah, all right? So you're saying Anu, you're saying Allah, all right? Or the highest seat that could ever even be accessed, but can't be accessed because only one being is holding that seat. Are you with me? So boom, to answer that question, what's the difference between Anu and Allah? So you're saying Anu, Elion, Elion, El. That's Allah. Anu is anybody who was able to reach the Illah, to be a god or able to be worshipped. That's why I say we make an Illah noise. All right, noise of the gods or the elect or the elite. 144,000 of you Illah, Hat, Ali Hat come together to make that noise or that sound. Okay, let's read it. And they sang, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts, okay, and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth, okay? And I said it like that on purpose, and I'm going to show you why. All right? Earth. Let's say earth, as in Hebrew, earth, eret. And they put the eretz, eretz, all right? Which is to say the land, okay? Or the solid place or country, earth. Then you have eritu, which is the same thing. You just put the u there, eritu, all right? Then you have the erde, which becomes ard, all right? And ard is the same thing as saying earth also, all right? And ard and earth brought you around to this point that said, because ard meant to free or be free, to flee or to be free, all right? And ard was also a word in Latin, okay, that meant always, okay? That's why I broke down the other day where I said if somebody is always doing a thing, you put the art there. So if somebody's always cowering, all right, then they're a coward. Are you with me? They're always cowering. So this word ard brings you to this word erd. Stay with me. Erd or erd or red. And it's the same as saying eret. Okay? And I say, we came here. Here's what we're here for. To deliver you, all right? Deliver you from Ered, all right? So that you might be, listen, delivered, all right? So you will be of the ones, listen to me, who live, listen, always, okay? Which is why I say in the song, new brain, I'm experiencing a new brain, all right? I said, everlasting life will pass you by if you don't climb and get up out of there. Stay with me. Come up out of her, my people. Only those who I'm speaking to, of course. Delivered. Live always. All right? Life, what? Eternal. Life eternal. Okay? Which is everlasting life. And they speak about people being delivered from what? Evil, which is what? Red, or the evil red one. Are you listening? Which is the root, or horror, which is a horror. All right, if people understood what hell really was and is, okay, but they've been delivered. So then they will be able to be living always. Those will receive everlasting life. We put it in the kitab. Go back around to the center, and you'll understand why Masons were taught. They gave us a book, and it wasn't literally a book. That's not what it was supposed to represent. It was actually speaking of the center, all right? And when we first gave our due guard, all right, this is what it looks like. See the man sitting on his knees, okay? Okay? And he's holding the due guard. And that's what's referred to as the Chi Center, okay, for the Chi Masters, all right, which is the G Center. So we were first holding the G, but they called it the Holy Book. So they said, whatever your holy book is, hold it in your hand, all right? Holy book is another word to say kitab, or scriptures, kitabu, all right? And katub means center. It's spelled literally like that. Go look it up. Or you can spell it like this. Katub. And we held it in the center. Are you with me? So everlasting life. Those who were able to figure out all this I'm telling you, and this green light was able to reach them in time, all right? Yeah, they're going to reach it. They're going to get it. You're going to get it. They're going to know. You see what I'm saying? So you've been delivered. All right? You'll always be of the living at that point, which is why I told you after you've taken this walk, guess what? Here's the good news. You cannot, what? Die. You cannot die. Okay? Because it's given a man or woman once to die. You've already gone through death. All right? You coming up here where we are, you cannot die. You'll understand. All right? That's why death has no sting. Revelation 14:4. All right? Let's read it again. We're going to go all the way through. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man, listen, could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. Okay? There was one more thing I got to cover, too. When we say earth, make sure you know that's an anagram. All right? Okay? Because even when you say earth and say the heart, you got 4 chambers of the heart. Okay? Do you want to know why we say assalamu alaikum instead of Salam alek? Why was it mostly Assalamu alaikum as opposed to Salam lek or Salam alek? All right, because to say Salam alek is to speak to one person alone. But why do you speak to a person and say, a singular person, and say Assalamu alaikum? Because you are speaking not just to that person, but to the other 4 angels who are with them. Are you with me? Inside of them. Okay, you're not just speaking to them, you're speaking to the 4 Anunnaki that guard their heart. There are 4 chambers of the heart, by the way. You have your left ventricle, your right ventricle, the right artery, not artery. What's this shit called? It's start with an A. Who know what it is? The left ventricle, right ventricle, atrium, thank you. And the right atrium. There are 4 points. That's all that. Okay? And those 4 points are guarded by 4 Anunnaki. Okay? So when we say Assalamu alaikum, notice people don't be looking around and be like, who are you talking to? It's just me. Okay? It's supposed to be understood, but most people don't know that you're talking to the malaika, okay, or the malaiki that accompany that person. Are you with me? Revelation 14:4. We're going to make it through it this time. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which are not yet, this is Revelation 14:4, by the way. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. They are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. Are you listening? That's why I tell you go watch the movie Spirited, because it's all about redemption. These are they who have been redeemed, redemption. All right, what is redeemed? To be deemed like Ray. What is Ray? Ra, the light, the sun. Are you with me? 144,000. They tried to cover it, y'all. Okay? They tried to cover it up. That's why they said the hidden secret. What you'll also find about Adam and Death, the chapter 74, Surah 74 of Al-Quran, is it doesn't just say hidden secret. Some of the translations say covered. Go look it up. And then you'll always saying covered 19, cover it 19, COVID. Are you with me? And it didn't work because we're here. You understand? And what were they trying to cover up? The glow from the crown that they detected. All right, and there should not be any confusion or question as to which crown they detected that they were nervous about. I think that's clear. And it didn't work. All right, let's go to John. All right, chapter 20. Okay, and I'm going to reveal a secret to you about this being called Asa, right? Asa. Was that where we were going? Revelation, yeah. And damn exit this shit out. Yeah, okay, there we go. Asa, all right? Which is to say Jesus, which is to say Yeshu, all right? Which is to say salvaged or saved, all right? You have to endure unto the end to be saved, okay? This person, Jesus, Asa, was supposed to have died, listen, on the cross, all right? I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. Upper room. He was supposed to have died on that cross. But on the 9th hour, as we read yesterday, Matthew 27, all right? Or did we get to it? We probably didn't get to that shit. Did we get to it? I think we might have got to it. If we didn't, the 9th hour in Matthew 27 was saying that Jesus rose up or gave up his ghost off the cross at the 9th hour. Are you with me? So here's the thing. They said they buried him. They put him in what's referred to as a sepulcher, okay? And or in a tomb. They locked him in a tomb. And they went to go and see if the tomb, if the body was still there, and it was gone. Okay? Now, here's what you're going to learn about this being called Mary Magdalene, which people don't want to talk about, which ties you right around to the Rose Cruz order, by the way. All right? Because the rose belongs to Mary Magdalene. All right? Watch this. The first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth, and cometh to Simon Peter, and to the other disciple, whom Jesus loved, and said unto them, They have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him. Peter therefore went forth, and that other disciple, and came to the sepulchre. And they ran back together, and the other disciple did outrun Peter, and came first to the sepulchre. And he, stooping down and looking in, saw the linen clothes lying, yet went he not in. Then cometh Simon Peter following him, and went into the sepulchre, and seeth the linen clothes lie. So basically, they all see his clothes, and this one who was called supposed to be Jesus. Watch, supposed to be Jesus isn't in there. All right. And the napkin that was about his head, not lying with the linen clothes, but wrapped together in a place by itself. Then went in also that other disciple, which came first to the sepulchre. Oh yeah, make sure we got the King James version. Come on, which came first to the sepulchre. Where we at? And he saw and he believed. For as yet they knew not the scripture, listen, that he must rise again from the dead. Now, this was something that is interesting to me to this day, because in the book of Mark chapter 9, he did explain to them that the Son of Man was going to rise up. And it went on to say that they didn't put it on record, okay, because he had an extraterrestrial encounter. A cloud pulled up with a craft behind it, and they spoke out and said, this is my son, all right, who I'm proud of, or something like that. It's my beloved son, all right, believe on him. Hear what he has to say, okay? And Jesus came back to them, was like, hey, don't tell people that y'all just saw that, all right? And then, no, for real, he literally says, hey, speak not about what you said, about what you've seen, okay? For the Son of Man will have to pass away or be crucified and rise again. And they didn't know what he meant by that. So if he meant he had to be crucified and risen up again, that's what he meant. But they went on to say in that same scripture that they went on to talk amongst themselves in private, all right, like Masons do, about what it actually meant. And them niggas still didn't understand, right? For it says, for as yet they knew not the scripture that he must rise again from the dead. Then the disciples, the initiates, went away again unto their own home. But Mary stood without at the sepulchre weeping, and as she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre. All right? And seeth two angels, okay, meaning what? What did she see? She saw two, what are called to now, to this day, extraterrestrials. All right? She saw two extraterrestrials. How do we know, Faise, that she didn't see spirits and that you just trying to say extraterrestrial because it sounds good? All right, I thought you never asked. Let's see if this that she's going to describe as these two beings keep the characteristics of this gaseous spirit thing that they cast on the masses, so the people wouldn't understand who we're dealing with and what we're dealing with, because you never knew what a spirit was. You still don't know what a spirit was. It doesn't make sense. All right, so watch this. Let's see if it's a gaseous floating hologram. Okay, extraterrestrials. All right, let's see. She saw two angels in white. In white. Okay, so there's a garb. Do spirits wear clothes? No, they do not. She saw two angels in white sitting. Okay, sitting on what? Can a spirit sit anywhere? You know what I mean? Listen, you talking about physicality. Can a spirit sit anywhere? No, the hell it can't. It can't wear clothes and it can't sit. Boom. The one at the head and the other at the feet where the body of Jesus had lain. And they say unto her, can a spirit speak without having a larynx or vocal cords or voice box? No, it cannot. Because sound has to travel through a physical realm in order to vibrate in our ears, all right? Or we wouldn't have an auditory sensory input compartment. We do. So it has to still reach our body and vibrate that sound, which is literally saying the vibrations resonate with us as information. It can't do that. A spirit has to be able to produce sound in the physical realm. How can it do that without the ability to rub things together to create that sound? Our vocal cords vibrate and rub and push apart, all right, and contract and dilate to be able to create these sounds. Okay, so a spirit would not have been able to speak. Boom. And they said unto her, what? Woman, why weepest thou? And Jesus, she said unto them, because they have taken away my Lord, and I know where they have laid him. And when she had thus said this, she turned herself back. Here goes another thing. If she can see them, if they could be seen, then guess what's happening? Light is reflecting off of them. That means that they're physical beings, because light reflects off of physical things. And if they were not physical things, then they would not have been able to be seen, because light would not reflect off of them. And then this whole part of the story would have had to been scratched. But you can't scratch the whole part of the story, can you? Without saying that these are extraterrestrial beings. That's what you meant by angels. All right? Boom. They said, woman, why weepest thou? She said unto them, because they have taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have laid him. And when she had thus said, she turned herself back and saw Jesus standing, and knew not that it was Jesus. Jesus said unto her, wait, let's back up. And when she had thus said, she turned herself back. She turned around and saw Jesus standing. There go this nigga Jesus. This is Mary Magdalene. Somebody Jesus fuck with. All right, been fucking with. And she saw Jesus standing. She see her nigga or her rabbi. For those of y'all who don't understand, who need to have it in terminology from Christian standpoint. That's what that shit meant, by the way. She saw her master, her husband, okay? Which, again, people don't want to say that because it rule out a whole part of the story that they're trying to discount, okay? But Mary Magdalene was rocking with Jesus, by the way. Okay, boom. And saw Jesus standing and knew not that it was Jesus. So you got to ask yourself, how did Mary Magdalene, who used to be with Jesus, she used to be with him, not know that when she was looking at this man, that she was seeing him? Do y'all understand what I'm explaining to you? Listen, this ain't somebody who knew about Jesus. Okay, watch this. Your mama or your dad. You know them, right? Okay, if you seen them in a crowd of people, you would know them, right? All right, boom. Even if they were standing across the Walmart, all right, you'll be like, ain't that? Oh, shit, there go my mama. Mama. All right, boom. You know them, right? Okay, she's standing right here up close on this nigga. She's standing there right there looking at this man. You know what I'm saying? She see this man. All right? And he standing there looking at her. Okay? I don't know if he didn't really have no much that, but he did. He had the beard and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had the afro. Yeah, I'm like that. He had an afro. Y'all thought I was going to... No. All right, boom. So he like, okay. But obviously, he must not have had the afro then. He might have got some, because that can't happen. Because nigga to line up, shaves, he like a new person. Maybe. All right? But the bottom line is she looking at this man. She know this man. Even if your homeboy come back, he got a line up, you still know that's your homeboy. All right? So she looking at this man. Right? And she didn't be like, Jesus. Right? She was like, who the fuck? She said, right? She don't know who he is. That don't work like that. So boom. Jesus said, actually, yeah, okay, I missed that part. It was Jesus who said it unto her. Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? No, I said it right. Okay, do them. So they both asked the lady why she crying. Right? So they both asked the lady, why you crying? Okay, boom. So they're like, woman, why you crying? She said, yo, they took my nigga, man, out there, it's fucked up. And Jesus like, when she said it, Jesus, she turned around and nigga Jesus was standing there. We gonna get it right. She turned around, Jesus was standing there. Boom. Jesus was like, yo, why you crying? Who you looking for? He said, woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, said unto him, sir, whoa, So this nigga don't look like Jesus? You're going to have to explain to me, Christians, how you going to tell me Muslims are lying in their book when it says that God did a great work and changed the changed the appearance of Jesus and made Judas look just like Jesus, all right? If God didn't have the ability to change Jesus' appearance, how Mary didn't recognize him? How Mary didn't recognize him? So she talking about some sir. She says, sir, if thou hast borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him. Sir, if you the nigga who took my nigga up out this sepulcher, I'ma need, she got disrespect with him and just says, sir. Right? Because he looked like the gardener. But they can't be talking about a nigga outside planting shit. Because why the fuck would he move a body? No. This is the garden they're referring to. It's called the Stone Garden. And that's a cemetery. And the gardener is like the funeral director who handles all the shit or who dealing with the bodies. Okay? So she thought him to be the nigga who handled the bodies. She like, yo, if you born him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I'm going to take him away. Ain't going to be no problems. Right? So Jesus was like, Mary. Then she turned herself again and said unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. Jesus said unto her, don't touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God. Right? So what just happened? Hold on. She didn't recognize this nigga. No, she don't know who this nigga is. She say, sir, if you took his body, let me know, I'm going to go get the body. He like, Mary. Like, what the fuck? Mary, this me. Right? And then she said, oh shit, Rabboni, my master, my husband, my people, my man. Right? And he was like, yo, don't touch me. Which meant what? Why we have to say touch me not? Because that means she was trying to run up to him, you know what I'm saying, and get a hug. And he was like, hold on. He was like, touch me not. Touch me not, for I have not yet ascended unto my Father. Right? And she was like, oh shit, okay, boom. So they just standing there talking. You know what I'm saying? Touch me not, I have not ascended unto my Father. He said, but go, right, and tell my disciples, right? Go and tell my disciples that I have. Go tell them niggas I done already ascended. 'Cause I'm finna surprise the fuck out of them. And what she do? She went ahead and she walked and went to go tell the disciples. If I'm making it up, then the next line wouldn't say, Mary Magdalene came and told the disciples that she had seen the Lord and that he had spoken these things unto her. Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Jesus and stood in the midst. All right, so here go these niggas. You know what I'm saying? They chilling, they getting to the table. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Niggas chilling around. Da-da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It should be 10 niggas, because Judas' ass already dead. And I think Thomas' ass was somewhere else, or what? I don't know where the hell Thomas was. Or he might have walked in, some shit. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll find out if there's another nigga. All right? But then the nigga Jesus came in and was like, you know what I'm saying? Peace be upon you niggas. Right? So, I think I'm lying. He literally was like, he walked in and was like, Salamu alaikum. He said, Assalamu alaikum. All right, now go watch the movie Book of Clarence. Y'all remember me breaking shit down and saying, Jesus was saying Assalamu alaikum. Go watch the Book of Clarence. They were walking around, how they greeted each other. They was wearing the robes and shit. Them niggas was like, peace be unto you, peace be unto you, peace be on you, peace be on. I said, Assalamu alaikum, which is how the Muslims greet each other. You understand? Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. All right? And if you're Christian, I'm not trying to attack nobody. Make sure y'all know I'm just breaking something down. It's in your scripture. I didn't write this. Okay? So he walked in and said, Assalamu alaikum. Okay? How do we know? Let's look at it. Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Jesus and stood in the midst and said unto them, Assalamu alaikum. It says, peace be unto you. All right? Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. And when he had said so, or so said, he showed unto them his hands and his side. Then were the disciples glad when they saw the Lord. Then said Jesus to them again, Assalamu alaikum. Right? So first of all, here go the crazy part. These niggas was able to peep game on this him. But when Mary seen him, he was disguised and she didn't know it was him. This ain't the first time it done happened. All right, because we're going to come on here and do a whole class on Jesus the shapeshifter. All right, this nigga had the ability to change his whole everything. And it happened so many times in the scripture, it'll blow your mind. Right? Boom. So watch this. Then Jesus said unto them, Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you, or shalom. All right? As my Father has sent me, even so I send I you. And when he had said this, he breathed on them. All right? So he was like, you know what I'm saying? He breathed on them and said unto them, receive ye the Holy Ghost. Right? So all them niggas, you know what I'm saying, got the breath, they start getting the Holy Ghost and shit. Oh, shit, Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? All right. And what they mean when they say breathe on them, he started telling them what all this shit was about. All right? Because they didn't know what all of it was about. So he breathed on them niggas. Right? It's always one nigga though. So you gotta have one. He's gotta be realistic. Boom. So he breathed on them. It was like, here go the Holy Ghost. They're like, I bet. They took the Holy Ghost. Whosoever sins ye remit, they are remitted unto them. And whosoever sins ye retain, they are retained. Oh, he basically saying, y'all niggas, y'all them niggas now. All right? Y'all them boys. But Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Jesus came. All right, bet, yeah. I was like, I know Thomas had one there. What the hell this nigga was doing? Lollygagging. The other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. Okay, so basically Jesus went on about his business. He said, all right, y'all nigga, y'all him now. Y'all them. Boom, he went out the door. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he was in the upper room, so he would have went downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Boom, he went out the door. So now Tommy pop up. Hell going on? What y'all niggas looking like that for? Why? So what the fuck? Who done breathed in this bitch? Boom. So the other disciple said unto him, bro, we saw the nigga. We saw Jesus, nigga. Right? We seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see his hands, the print of nails, and put my finger in the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. Okay? Which, this is how you know they be adding shit in there too, by the way. Because you cannot hang a man by his hands on no damn cross. You wouldn't be able to do it. It ain't gonna work. Here go the cross, here go the man. All right? They supposed to make us believe that this man was sitting like this. You know what I'm saying? Nailed up by his hands, bro. Them ligaments would have torn. You know what I'm saying? And his head would have fell off. It wouldn't even work like that because it's too much weight. Here go another thing. Even if he were carrying his cross, right? Let's say he carrying it, whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? He got the cross and shit. Boom, he carrying it. He got that shit walking. You know what I'm saying? If he were even just carrying his cross like that, or how they try to say he was carrying his cross, that also don't make sense. All right, let's say he carrying it. If he carrying his cross, all right, that cross would have had to been this damn long. Okay, it would have had to been like that in order for that shit to work. It wasn't gonna work how they trying to say. He would have had to been carrying a long ass cross because you still got to take into consideration the weight. So this shit got to really be in the ground. You feel what I'm saying? It got to be in the ground. It can't just be sitting on top of the ground. They try to put it in the Book of Clarence, that they put a whole bunch of rocks up there. Get the fuck out of town. Nigga, you not finna put no grown-ass man up on no cross like this, and it's just gonna stay. No, that shit had to be put in the ground. And you got to also tell the truth. All right, the word was staros. It never said how they trying to say it. It never said towel. It never gave any significant shape of it other than this word here. Okay? And if the word was this is Greek, by the way. then that's what this was, a pole or a pail. All right? So then his ass was up here like that. But even still, that don't make sense, because how he gonna stay up there if this what he on, he gonna fall. Boom. So they be trying to add shit in there. So I need to see the holes in his hands and the shit in his side. Why they say the shit in his side? Because they talking about the spear of destiny. All right, that's what they call it. Where I think it was Gaius. I don't know how to spell the nigga name. I think it's Gaius. All right, who came through and stabbed Jesus in his side supposedly when he was on the cross or on the staros or on the pole to prove that he was dead. All right, but no, bro, it's all trickery. They know what they doing, so they like, I need to see his hands and shit like that. But that wouldn't have made sense. You can't hang nobody like that. Boom. So, what do you say? And after 8 days, again, his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Jesus. So Jesus walked back through the door. He's like, what the hell going on? Peace be unto y'all. Boom. All right. Then said he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. All right. Then said he to, and Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my God. Jesus said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, all right, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. And many other signs truly did Jesus in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book. I don't know why they didn't just add it. When they run out of paper, I don't know why they just add it. Like, why would you do that? Many other signs. But these are written that ye might believe that Jesus is the Christ, Son of God, and that believing ye might have life through his name. Okay, that's all cool. All right, boom. So yeah, it's some trickery, but it's some sciences that still add up. All right, boom. So that science is right there with Asa. Okay, and I've already broken down the cross, all right, to explain the chakra points. Okay, my point being, all right, like I said, this year has come, all right, the year 2024, which is 2 plus 2 plus 4, which is 8. That 8 has come. That 8 year has come. Right? Or that gene activation. Okay? Which is also that infinity sign. I want to show y'all something. All right? I want you to pay close attention. Look at this image right here of Dr. Melikazi York. How does I get a clear one? Right? Look at this image. What do you see? A cross over the chest. All right? This is called the crook and the flail. Okay? A lot of people may not know, by the way, this crook right here was referred to as Lama. All right? The lamb. Letter of lamb. All right? The shepherd's tool. Okay? And this flail right here is actually a weapon. It's like a belt or a whip. So this was used to keep order. This thing right here was used to keep order. When the servants got out of line or the sheep got out of line, you whip their ass to get them back in line. Okay? And the other piece is speaking about those who were able to follow that lamb wherever he went. Notice he's in all white. And I want you to pay attention to this 8 right here. Okay? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Just so happens to be that X marks the spot. Is the book I'm coming out with, speaking about the science of the 8. Okay? This X has been showing up in front of your sun. All right? They've been flying around in jets. Listen to what I'm telling you. They've been flying around in what? Jets. Okay? You say, what type of jet? All right, I want you to hear me. Yeah, what type of jet? I even asked you, what type of jets would even be able to fly across the sun? Listen to what I'm saying. All right? And leave these trails that turn into clouds. What type of jet? And then eventually, the sister type of jet, listen to me, got in contact with me. All right, through Uma York. Okay? And I said, yo, get her in contact with me. I need her number, give her my information. And Uma said, I could do you one better, and got on live. All right, and she was able to make that connection with me. Okay, and we've had our own, you know what I'm saying, our conversations on live. All right, y'all was able to see that. Okay, and witness that if you were there for that. Okay? But pay attention to this X. Okay? So this X marks that spot as that pyramid, And Pop was the one who brought forth the pyramids in Georgia, edicts in Georgia, Putnam County, and Put was Punt, and Punt was the land of the holies, all right, or the Holy Land, the land of God. Go look it up, in Egypt, all right? Putnam County, edicts in Georgia, okay, or the eastern town, or the town in the east, Edenton, east, Ton is town, okay? And he said, this is the Holy Land, and he used to fly over, you could see the school of Horus, all right? This, when pharaohs or the authority would do this, if an authority does this sign, it means they're passing on or they're transitioning. Is it a coincidence that the X is also the symbol for the name associated with planet X called Nibiru, and that Nibiru is a word that literally means to cross or crossover or crossing or transition, all right, this transitional point. And Pop was the one who was teaching about Nibiru, okay, reminding people about Nibiru, that don't forget, all right, they trying to shoot at and go to war with Dar al-Islam or the New Jerusalem, okay? So I just want to remind you that this 8 is right here, you know what I mean? And is explaining about this too. And I kept saying genetic upregulation, the upregulation of the genes, all right? And I even broke down to you what upregulation meant, and you had to be there, all right? Up is this direction, all right? Re is the sun, all right? And then you have Galatians or Gal, all right, which is saying a wave of God, okay? Go look at what I'm telling you, wave of God. And it was the wave of God that was going to activate that sun in you, all right, or that soul in you, or that crown, corona, and then you will be able to complete the ascension, all right, or cross over, all right, completely, all right, go upward. You understand? I'm telling you. And all of this is going to line up because I told you this is that year where all of this has to happen. And it was going to lead you to the science. What did I also tell you 8 years was going to be about? The science of the what? Orator. Orator. All right? And an orator is to say or light. Aider. The aider of the light. And I already gave you the word, all right, where I said what? Ansar. Nur. All right, Ansar Nur, okay? Ansar Nur, or the helpers of light, orator, okay? And you know who that light is, and you know what that light is that brought light to this world, all right, or the green light, Edgar did, and we're going to help him, all right? And through helping him, we're going to help ourselves, all right? And through helping ourselves, we're going to help the world, okay? And through helping the world, we can I'm doing my best to use the words that everybody know. We can petition that this place and our children, okay, who may have not been able to have that opportunity to rectify themselves, are not destroyed, okay? We race in time to do all of this. Are you with me? That's why I always stress, go watch the movie Knowing, because now we don't stop eating the meat. I told y'all, I love fucking up a 10-piece. That was my shit. I didn't put it in the music. But I told people, I said, what? In the song 360, one day, my people are going vegan. One day. All right? One day it was going to happen. But I kept saying 360 for me. All right? Let me take you to the east side. Let me show you. Let me give you this crown. Okay? 360. You have to walk around that circle. All right? And circumnavigate. Okay? Or circumambulate before you could understand what the center was. All right, where you can finally access the true knowledge and get out. Okay, get out, like the movie. Get up out of this sunken place, all right, or this drunken place. Get up out of her, okay? It's the same thing Pop was teaching. All right, let me tell y'all something. Pop coming home, and it doesn't end there, okay? Keep walking, because you have to keep asking until the end. You don't stop learning, all right? In my book, Rehab, I said this. I said, now let me explain to you, or was it Out of the Darkness? I think it was Out of the Darkness. Let me explain to you, let me find that real quick. Let me get the book for y'all real quick. All right? I said, let me explain to you why I called my first book, Why? And we're opening a gate, all right, on April 4th, okay, 2024. which is 16. 1 plus 6, 7. All right, leading up to 704. 7 plus 4 is 11. And I already explained to you in my books what the 11 is. It's a what? A gate. And I said dark skin, brown skin, or light skin, dark skin, brown skin. Bring them through the gate. Bring them through the gate. All right? Am I making this up, y'all? Because what did I say? I said pay attention to my albums. I don't name them what I name them for no reason. All right? I been got on my forehead long ago and I said, use me. All right? It's the soul that guides the pen. What I say? Bring them through the gate. All right? I wrote this song a while back. It just popped up on the album, though. Watch this.
You gotta hop up there with me, smoke. Pull up,
You gotta hop up there with me. Listen.
get the puffin', we don't fuck with Diddy.
Pull up, get the puffin'. Won't fuck with Diddy. Ain't Diddy in trouble? Then I tell you the Ninth Hour album. I said, the bad boys in trouble finally. Remember the nigga came on and started burning sage and shit? Nigga ain't never did no shit like that. Burning sage, amethyst was surrounded. I said, who this nigga, who he trying to protect himself from? No, Diddy, we already told you your number up. What are you talking about? Silly goose. All y'all bad boys. Jacob York, everybody. Okay, then Cat William came out because Jacob York and P. Diddy is best friends. Them niggas is homeboys, they close. And Tupac was going up against Bad Boys and Junior Mafia. And it was Junior Mafia who was Jacob York, all right, the Puff Diddy niggas, Biggie, and Dr. York asked, what do you call it, Jacob, what you gonna do when Biggie dies? He said, what are you gonna do when Biggie dies? Because Biggie was, what do you call it, Jacob was upset with Dr. York for not putting money behind Lil' Kim. He wouldn't put money behind Lil' Kim. He was like, I can do this, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be able to do all this, I'm gonna change this. He said, no, I'm not doing that. Y'all can't do that. Look at what we doing. We can't support Lil' Kim. Are you listening? You know what I mean? And Jacob got mad about it, told Dr. York he was gonna kill him and everything. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna shoot him in the head, right? But he was trying to tell his son, yo, stop helping the beast. You're helping Bad Boys? Like, listen, you know what I mean? You got Yorktown Records. Okay, focus on bringing people to the light. Why are you trying to help the Bad Boys and get a position in Shaitan's world? You know what I mean? That's why Jacob York got me blocked. Everybody that's over there, Nicole, Nikki Lopez, Jacob York, them folks got me blocked. You know what I mean? But they know I'm standing on straight business when it comes to this shit because you should be able to hear the soul that's familiar with the same motherfucker who was saying Illuminati. You should be able to hear that through me when I'm speaking and saying, yo, we still going up against the Bad Boys. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? They just thought it was over. And I know it shake them up every day. All right? And it's getting heavier every day. Niggas having nightmares. All right? Niggas is waking up sweats. You know what I mean? They rolling over, falling off their bed. You know, it's fucking them up. I know I'm getting messages, all right, telling me through the ethers that certain things are going on. Listen, me and Mrs. Faise were in our room. We had some pots in our room. Out of nowhere, a big loud bang hit the pot. All right? Woke us up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. I'm like, now, I'm not tripping because I don't trip about shit like that. I said, now, I asked a question. I said, what do you think could have made that sound? Anything over there you think could have made that sound? You know what I'm saying? Nothing could have made that sound, meaning there was nothing that could have fallen. There was nothing there. There was water bottles that were over there. You know what I mean? But how the fuck a water bottle going to hop up, you know what I mean, and bang that pot? No, they sending messages. That message is being sent through. So I know if we getting the messages through the green light that's saying, yo, like when we was on here, remember when we was doing the fast? And I got the channeling when I was doing the Om. And I don't know if nobody screen recorded that. I think that's very weird. I say, yo, who screen recorded that? I still ain't found who screen recorded that because I need to go back and hear what I was saying. All right, because I don't remember everything. I know I mentioned something about an earthquake, something about the storm, some other shit, candle, some other shit. So if you got that screen recorded, please get it to me because I need to go back and hear what was being said. All right, because I wasn't there. Are you listening? All right, that's only for those who know what I'm talking about. Okay? You're getting messages. They getting messages too. Motherfuckers getting visited every shadow. You know what I mean? And it's getting harder for niggas to rest because of what they did. All right? They funds is falling apart. They running out of funds. They having to chase manager deals and all kinds of stuff. I'm hearing it. They can't operate how they used to operate. The money ain't the same. All right? They love life is falling apart. This is something that was written recently and somebody sent it to me and I'll get that to y'all when the time comes. Okay? But all this is falling apart. We remember what you did. We remember that you plotted against the master. We remember that you plotted against Nuwapians. We remember that you plotted against the elect, those who were going to be able to bring this world back to the light way before this point in time. We saw what you did. It was not forgotten. Okay? And I know it's confusing you how somebody who was 3 years old when Dr. Melchizedek York was kidnapped, how he grows up and he's the loudest person when it comes to this whole movement. How did that happen? All right, you're going to have to figure that out. Okay? So I'm telling you, when I write these songs and these albums, they're not being written by accident. I've been said, use me. All right? The divine uses me. Okay? So when they say Blood of the Lamb album, that's the album. If it's time for Wedding of the Lamb album, okay, that's the time for it. Whatever inspiration came through it, it was supposed to happen. All right? So let's listen to it. What is he saying? All right? Because Diddy in trouble. He getting hit from all angles. All right? And everybody who with him. And Cat Williams came out and confirmed it. Cat Williams. Cat, the will I am. You with me? The cat, which brought you right back around to the Sphinx. If you've been walking the ninth chamber order of Rosicrucian. All right? The riddle of or the mystery of the Sphinx. The cat. Okay? And also cat, I think, meant body or spirit. All right? When it came to the ancient orders. All right? So watch this. Bring them through the gate. Listen.
You gotta hop on there with me, smoke. Pull up, get the puffin', won't forward did it. This ain't TD Jackson, this ain't Jacob, won't.
This ain't TD Jackson, this ain't Jacob. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about Jacob York. Okay? Because look, that the only nigga who ain't got hit yet. But please do not rest. Don't think you gonna sleep Jacob. Because Jacob time coming too. All right, that's Jake the Snake. His head gonna roll. Watch, I'm telling you. TD Jakes got associated with Diddy. And I already told y'all who Puff Diddy is. All right, because he only changed his name after his ass had a case. He had some case that he was fighting. And he went from Puff Daddy to Puff Diddy. All right, or P. Diddy. But it used to be Puff Daddy. All right, and Puff Daddy was to say the father dragon. Okay, or the father of the dragons. Who Puff. All right? That's why you see the association. Okay, or the ones who call themselves the bad side, or the raw beings, or the Decepticons, or the bad boys. All right, that's why Pac was saying, we bad boy killers. He was telling you it was a war taking place. Kill Illuminati. It was a war back then. It ain't over. So he said, now call me love. All right, so don't get fooled by that. Let me tell you what the game is that Puff is doing. All right, there was a occurrence in June. I'm going to show you, because they only can play when they can play. But we've been given right knowledge a long time ago. So I was raised to be able to do this. June 26, 2015 is when they put the rainbow. I don't know why the fuck I thought I was going to be able to draw a rainbow with a black pen. But just imagine, that's a rainbow. They put the rainbow on the White House, right? June 26. And what were they saying? They said, love wins, okay? This is how they trick the nation. They won't tell you who birthday this is, okay? This is Dr. Malachi York's birthday. Go look up what I'm telling y'all. And you have to ask yourself, why would your government, who wanted him in prison, okay, on June 26th of 2015, put a rainbow on the White House? Because Dr. York came out with a book, I'm going to tell you why, called Leviathan 666. And in Leviathan 666, he highlighted a book. It was called Hidden Dangers. The hidden, meaning everybody ain't going to know what the fuck they doing with that rainbow. Hidden Dangers of the Rainbow. Okay? The hidden dangers of the rainbow. Here goes the situation. They hid what they were actually doing with that rainbow. And they cloaked it. What were they actually doing with the rainbow? For one, they were flipping, in their mind, the polarity and trying to reverse the movement of the green light. If they reverse the movement of the green light, put the red at the top, and they put the purple or the violet at the bottom, they thought that center would be shaken up and everything that was built up to that point would fall down. You understand? That's what they thought they were doing. So they said, love wins. Here's what the LGBT thought. LGBT thought, oh, they're doing this for us. A same-sex marriage, da-da-da-da. They played y'all. They didn't care anything about what y'all do with y'all daily life. This is the government we're talking about. The only thing they care about is their system, which is the system of BAB. That's all they care about. They don't care about any of you. All right, let me highlight and say this again. This government set doesn't care about any of you. The way that they done finesse y'all to think from BLM to LGBT, you know what I mean, that they care about y'all, they don't. They care about this system. That's it. That's all they care about. Let me say it one more time. They do not care about y'all. They care about this system. That's why y'all had no say-so when it came to them coming and bringing these people into the conversation. The children. You had no say-so. That's when you realize how deep your hands was in. You realize what type of parades you were actually attending. You realize what type of bills you were fighting to get passed. You realize what was happening with this whole trend, which was saying Todd Nush, by the way. They real sneaky. Tran. Okay? You ain't know what the drag thing was talking about. You ain't understand. You just saw drag. All right, yeah, they're men in drag. Men in what? Drag. And they were trying to what? Drag on. Okay, like the what? The tail does. They were trying to drag on, but they didn't tell you that they were speaking about Tardanin, okay, which is Tardanush. All right? Go look up what Tardanin means. Tarnin. And then you say Tanin. It means dragon. And they were reading to the children dressed up as dragons. You didn't know nothing about that, did you? You didn't know that Baal, Bap, you can flip the letters around, whatever you want to do. Bap, as in Baphomet, Bab, you know what I mean? Babylon, Babel. You with me? Baal or Balal, as in Bilal Phillips. You can do whatever you want to do. They were working, all of them was working on the same side. Okay? You didn't know that Baphomet had statues. They even put them up in Washington, D.C., where the nigga Baphomet was sitting there as the goat. You know what I'm saying? And he had the children sitting next to him. And you don't know, if you look up Baal right now, that you will see a man as an owl or a demon horn being sitting with children in his hand, in his arms, just like they put in the biblical scripture in the book of Psalms, all right, that they were sacrificing children to Baal. Okay, this is what they mean. They're saying evil wins. Evil wins. That's what they were trying to declare on Dr. York's birthday. Are you with me? I just showed you that now. You ain't pick it up. Okay, but I just showed you. So then, who was it? Keefe D or KD, whatever how you said it, Keefe D, okay, came out and was like, Puffy offered him $1 million to kill Amaru, one of our warriors. All right? Peace be upon him. Okay? He offered him $1 million. I wonder how much they offering niggas for me. You know what I mean? They said, fuck that. Who? $1 billion. $1 billion? You know what I mean? They offered $1 million. What did Puffy do after that came out? He went to Howard University and signed a check for $1 million. And he wrote on it, love wins. Do y'all get what I'm explaining to y'all? Or is it still not clear? If it's all love and light, then why P. Diddy call himself Bad Boys? Y'all with me? So, yeah, TD Jakes, okay, Jacob, all y'all niggas who was associated. That's why Pac was trying to talk sense into Biggie and were like, bro, you need to get the fuck away from them niggas. Them niggas is demonic. And this is why I tell y'all, my dad met Tupac right before he passed away and was supposed to give him a book. I believe the book was called Who is God? All right, which I ain't even been able to find. Okay, so I got to talk to the Ansar to find out where that book even at. Okay, but he was supposed to give Pop this book on a train, by the way. Okay, he was on a train. All right, he didn't give him the book. It was just him and Tupac on the train. He said he looked in Tupac's eyes. Pac was like, help me. And he didn't give him the book. I still was, it kind of hurt me to the day that they didn't give it to him. Okay, because I feel in my whole soul that if my dad would have given Tupac that book, there would be no reason for me to come here. Okay, because the only thing that Tupac did not do, okay, was receive right knowledge, was two things. He didn't have right knowledge. He wasn't able to touch it, okay, but he also never made it home. He never made it. They killed him before he got there. You understand? So if he would have got this book, I feel in my heart, we would have made it to Tamaray. And if we would have made it to Tamaray, Omari wouldn't have to come here. Amaru would have already had the platform. Y'all hearing what I'm telling you? You got to listen with 3 ears. Amaru would have already had the platform. Omari wouldn't have to fight to build it again. You with me? He already had it. We would have already secured it. And then, all right, this would have been brought to the rest of the world. And so would Nuwabu. Right knowledge, right wisdom, right overstanding, sound right reasoning. Pac was already ahead of his time. Pac was already charged with the spirit of righteousness. He was already on that and already a warrior. They made sure that Bad Boys, Puffy, stopped him from getting there. Are y'all with me? Had nothing to do with no fight, none of that. It's all bullshit. It was a setup. Okay? It's all a setup. Okay? It had everything to do with this contract. And it was $1 million. This is why he said love wins, because Keepy D came out and said, so they trying to pronounce that evil wins. All right? But it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's all a game. So keep listening.
You gotta hop on there with me, smoke. Pull up, get the puffin', we don't fuck with Diddy. This ain't TD Jakes and this ain't Jacob, we don't fuck with Diddy. Bitch, I'm from the A, please don't mistake it for another city, New Jerusalem. Don't do the fooly fool with him, and if you do, you lose a limb. Don't make me do it till you Sam. I'm walking on top of coffins, I let the G's in. Call shit, we do this often, not just the weekend.
Are y'all listening? Let's run it back.
And if you do, you lose a limb. Don't make me do it till you for another city, New Jerusalem. Don't
Listen, watch this. Let me show you.
Jacob, we don't fuck with Diddy. Bitch, I'm from the A, please don't mistake it for another city.
Bitch, I'm from the A. But please don't mistake this for another city. Okay? Because I'm from the A. Please don't mistake this for another city. All right? Watch this. The next line goes into New Jerus. Even Biggie spoke about the New Jerus. All right? Salem. Watch.
New Jerusalem, don't do the fooly fool with him. And if you do, you lose a limb. Don't make me do it till you Sam. I'm walking on top of coffins, I let the G's in. Call shit, we do this often, not just the weekend.
I'm walking on top of coffins, I let the G's in. Right? Here go the coffins at the bottom. All right, beneath the ground. We walking over that. We walking on top of coffins. All right? We let the what? The G's in. Okay? What is the G's? That take you back around to masonry. All right? How you know? Because the next line I said what? Caution. I said caution. We do this often. All right? Not just the weekend. All right? Because the weekend got a song that often. You know what I'm saying? We do this often, not just the weekend. Meaning we ain't just on church, at church in the temple, Sunday and Saturday, or what y'all call the Sabbath or the worship days. All right? We ain't just, this ain't for show. We don't do this. We do this often, not just the weekend. All right? Watch.
Dark skin, light skin, brown skin, bring them through the gate.
Dark skin, light skin, brown skin, bring them through the gate. Everybody come home. Whoever or wherever you are. Everybody come home is what this means. But of course, it ain't gonna mean that to the average ear. We just need them to hear the shit. So they get the bop in and yeah, this shit hard. Okay, cool. It's resonating. All right? That's how subliminal messages work. Silly goose, they do it. The evil ones do it. Why the good ones can't do it? Okay? No, we do it. And that's how we communicate. Watch. That's why I say The Language of the Illuminati or How to Speak Elite, one of my books. For those of y'all who don't have my books, you see it right. I've seen a lot of people come through. We got to send out a wave. If not today, I'll send it out tomorrow. All right? Because I actually wasn't supposed to do nothing today. I'll put the rest today and get geared up. You know what I mean? And she told some, but knowing you, you're going to get up and still do something. I'm like, no, I'm a rest. Might get up anyway. First thing I do, start preparing a lesson.
Go into the computer.
Exactly.
Research.
That's going to happen. But hey, I might do either this shadow or tomorrow in the AM. All right, we'll bring, I'll do another blast to get everybody their books. So if you want to get my books, send a donation of any amount to Play for Change, all right, and send your email with it too. And if you sent for the 11 book All right, I got it. Okay, and I already put it in the, for the pre-order. All right, if you want to pre-order that book now, you can just put the number 11, all right, in front of your email. The number 11 space, then your email with your donation when you send a donation into that Cash App. All right, it ain't gonna be confused. Even if I don't get it, I will make sure, because I'll do an announcement and let everybody know that if y'all did send it and you didn't get it within that time period, just message me and we'll handle it that way. All right, but if you pre-ordering it, then you put that 11 in front of there, put your email there, and you'll be able to get it. Okay, boom. So if you already have the books and you just want to support the fundraiser, all right, for $144,000. No, we only got less than 30 days left. All right, so if you want to help, y'all want to go big with me, that's something to think about. Okay, go big with me, tap in, send the funds, and it gets added onto what we've already stacked up. All right, if you want to help with the T.I. music video, you can do that too. Okay, because all this is going to be factored in. Help with the T.I. music video, you send funds for that. All right, the T.I. music video is going to get shot ASAP. Okay, so if you want to help with that, you can help with that. And I posted the results on my story. So you should be able to see what we already done got. All right, so that's just a quick break on how you can support the movement. And I'm ready for April 1st. I'm telling you that now. I'm itching for it because I already know as soon as the shit hit, I'm hitting the ground running. You feel me? I see y'all. I appreciate everybody who's been sending them in. I see y'all. All right, I love y'all. I appreciate it.
Dark skin, light skin, brown skin, bring them through the gate, through the gate, through the gate, through the gate, oh, through the gate, through the gate, through the gate, through the. I said dark skin, light skin, brown skin, break. Oh, ooh, damn, shawty fine, and she got a lot of mine. Hold up, what you doing all on this side of town?
I'm flowing on that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. But this nigga said she got a lot of what? Mind. All right, hold up. What you doing all on this side of town? Why you all the way over here? You know what I'm saying? How you get over there? Okay, and then telling niggas also it's a war taking place. Make sure you listen. There's a war taking place. All right, don't play around if you ain't ready for war. Okay, watch this. There's multiple meanings. Catch them.
Got a lot of mine. Hold up, what you doing all on this side of town? You know we get busy here. How about it get fizzy here? OG with a pole, he's 64, he ain't hit Disney here. He abracadabra, make your magic city disappear.
Stop it. This nigga said OG with a pole. Watch. Here go to OG. All right. OG with a pole. Okay. OG with a staff. All right. OG with a pole. He's 64. He in his Disney year. He abracadabra make your magic city disappear. And I hope that's crystal clear. Listen.
And I hope that's crystal clear. All my niggas scripters here. That don't mean we script, that mean we script. We flip the script, we switching gear.
I said, I hope that's crystal clear. All right. Furthermore, all my niggas strippers here. That don't mean we strip. That mean we strip. We flip the script, we switching gear. I don't think they understand though. Listen, I already gave you the sword, how to speak elite. So now we listen to the music. You should be able to do this.
That mean we script, we flip the script, we switching gear. No unknownism, we don't do no 66 in here.
Boom. We flip the script, we switching gear. No unknownism. All right, this ain't unknownism shit. Tell baby Kia he might want to calm his loopy body ass down too, cause he gonna get a letter too. You know what I'm saying? Tell he might want to calm his ass down. All that screaming, talking about all that demonic shit. He might want to calm his ass down. All right, cause we gonna have to light his ass up on fire with that magic. I don't know where he came from, but all these new demons, y'all might want to calm y'all ass down and do your research on what we already did to the industry. Okay, from 2020, 2021, 2022. Last thing you want to do is make me think you don't know that God is speaking. Because then when God speak to you, you ain't going to be able to get it up off you. And y'all niggas think y'all want to play around with this demon shit because it sound fun. Okay? Until we call in a favor and be like, hey, some of y'all go visit him and let him see what he actually talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Some of y'all go show him hell. Some of y'all go show him shaitan. Some of y'all reveal yourself to these niggas who keep making these demonic jokes. Show them demons. You know what I mean? Niggas be talking about they want to go to hell, all this shit. Hey, do me a favor, Azrael. Open them gates real quick. Take this one down there and show him what he talking about. Why he trying to lead everybody down it or lead people to demons. Trap them niggas in their dream state for an hour, one of our hours, not a dream hour. Trap them in a dream state for an hour and mobilize the disagreeable Malek and the rest of these beings, or what do you call Malik? All right, Malik. Tell Malik, open the gates and let the Zen, all right, or the jinn, let them follow him and chase him through hell just for an hour. All right, then snatch him back. Don't keep him there. So show him enough that he understand what he actually dealing with, because it's better for y'all to go ahead and do that, handle that, all right, so that we can get him back on that path. I don't want to look back over there and this nigga don't understand it. Only ones who get a pass is motherfuckers who done came correct, all right? Don't make no mistake about it. If you see me getting on somebody about being demonic and helping these demons, and you see me stop getting on them all out of nowhere, they came correct. And I had to have a conversation with them about what they're going to have to do in the future. So they have what we call a time of being reprieved. All right? Meaning you get a little time to figure out what you finna do with your platform. But we will be visiting you still. This is not a game. So tell Kia, all right, little boy who I think he in Atlanta some damn where, who think this is a game, this late in the game. It's not a game. I know you got some ignorant people around you who ain't told you what you're dealing with. All right, and you young, but you will not be allowed to invoke demonic essences in this time period. You will be, by God's word, surgically removed from this realm. The only way that won't happen is if you come home and decide you're finna put that down. I won't have nothing to do with it. God moving. I won't have anything to do with it. I'm just telling you, you might not want to go play over there. Okay? Because I call in a favor and be like, yo, they think they demons. When he go to rest, show him jinn. I know y'all niggas ain't never encountered him. I know y'all haven't. You know what I mean? No, show them the jinn. Show them chaotic beings that move in these realms. Show them. No. You've had a small hint of what happens when you enter into their realm with sleep paralysis. Your ass cannot move. You have no power over them. They too fucking strong. You try to push, it don't go nowhere. They burn your fingers. You've only had a hint of it. So no more demon time. I'm only saying this on record. All right? No more demon time. But baby Kia got about a week to make a decision about whatever the fuck he finna do. Okay? Because we done already put all these other demons, Narderwick and the rest of them, on notice. All right? If you think you finna be playing like that, all right, well, you might want to make a decision before that sun start getting hot. Because when I do it, there's no coming back. When I say, all right, we're going to run back 2022 then. Because remember, they thought it was a game, right? I said, all right, I'm going to give y'all niggas until that sun start picking up, all right, to figure out what they thought I was playing. Next thing you know, from April 2022 all the way through November 2022, all they soldiers in the industry were falling weird ways. It was weird occurrences. Niggas just dropping dead. You feel what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, God ain't playing right now. All I'm doing is warning you. I don't have nothing to do with anything. All I'm doing is warning you, God ain't playing. I have nothing to do with nobody liver shutting down. I have nothing to do with nobody face falling off and they trying to put it on. I have nothing to do with somebody a cruise boat going down. I have nothing to do with any of that. But we're not playing. You will not lead our children to hell. You will not do it. Y'all niggas think y'all beef amongst each other. Y'all be beefing amongst each other. You have not gone to war with one of Michael's. You have not seen it. You have not seen it. Because you ain't going to be able to breathe. So do the smart thing. Sit that down or we will sit you down. Everybody thought it was a game. Who was there? It was amazing, wasn't it? They said, this nigga, who the fuck is this nigga? This ain't nobody. This ain't nobody. Next thing you know, people had to say, damn, it's the devil moving through Atlanta? No, it ain't the devil. And I'm hearing all them little sly remarks too. Okay? All right? I'm only putting this on notice, on record. I see all the sly shit. I see all that, y'all niggas don't run Atlanta. You know what I mean? If you ain't from Atlanta, da-da-da-da-da. Same reason why a motherfucker come out with an Atlanta song, because I came out with an Atlanta song, but you ain't done your research on who I am, so you think I ain't from Atlanta. I guess because I can articulate I guess because I'm smart. I think Atlanta means you got to be dumb or out of your fucking mind for some reason. All right. I know niggas don't think I got no gangster in my blood just because I articulate. I understand that. That makes sense to me. Even though the smartest ones was the head gangsters, them were the OGs. We were the wise ones. You know what I mean? Them little niggas who crash out, them were the motherfuckers who don't got no fucking brain. That's why you put them niggas on the front line. They already ready to crash out about some shit. But the niggas who you think don't have nothing to do with nothing, yeah, it's always like that, ain't it? You know what I mean? So listen, everybody finna get a fucking letter. They might want to calm their ass down. Cause just cause I've been on this green light movement don't mean we still don't got these. And they work. They work. So yeah, everybody gonna get put on notice. 21 Savage already been put on notice. His mama having conversations with him about it. All right, different people from the nation have called him that he know. Okay, they already talking to 21. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make this shit clear, 21. You know what I mean? It's too late in the game. No more bullshit. You gonna have to you cannot keep doing that, or they gonna see. Only thing y'all haven't seen happen is I haven't really. Y'all weren't there for it. For the people who were there, you saw it. I was going head to head with niggas. You feel what I'm saying? With the Sun Tzu album, y'all remember this? I was going head to head. You ain't seen that happen with these letters, because the letters is a little more, you know what I'm saying, poised and cordial. But what's going to wind up happening if they don't listen, then you're going to see 21 Savage versus Phase 1. You're going to see it happen. All right? Because we get to talking to, we pat you on the shoulder a little bit to see if you can hear us. All right? But if you don't want to listen, then you're going to see why we got swords. And everybody thought it was a game until they saw God don't play about his anointing. And we ain't playing about him. We ain't playing about the Most High. We're not playing about her or that force that's moving across this reality now that's reminding you of this time, day and time that you're in. So, that was just a small message. People think, who the fuck is this nigga coming out here, you know what I'm saying, upside down crosses, demonic for us? Oh, no, they gonna eat him up. They going to devour him. Them beings are going to open the ground and devour baby Kia if he don't slow down. He got to stop. And they had an interview with him and was saying, I ain't trying to get niggas to drill. I just want niggas to have fun. Okay, so somebody need to tell baby Kid he need to talk to me then, because you don't get to do both. You can make fun music, yeah, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. Okay, even that got to be rectified, because what the fuck is niggas laughing and joking about? You know what I'm saying? This shit is for real. Okay, so you can have your time having fun music, but this what you pushing it ain't about I'm gonna get niggas to drill. You ain't got enough influence to get niggas to drill. Most of your fucking fans probably Caucasoids any damn way. That ain't the point. The point is you don't get to push out demonic frequencies. We don't work too hard and too far. Simple. I heard it. They said they're gonna open the ground up and devour baby Kia. They're gonna devour him. And I just seen who he was yesterday. You feel what I'm saying? Certain people have been given reprieve, but there is death circling around all of these people. I see him. He's circling around. He waiting on it. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all got to calm that down, especially y'all young niggas. All right? Don't fall for the trap. Okay? Nardo Wick came from a spiritual household. Don't let him lie to you. Nardo Wick came from a spiritual household. The same way Lil Baby did. The same way 21 Savage did. They came from spiritual households. These people have come in contact with the power of God because their parents put it on them like that. So for them to step over into the devil world and help Shaitan, those niggas are making choices to do that. They're choosing to do that. You understand? Look at the word Nardo, all right, or Nard. Nard means the land of the wanderers, okay, or those who fled or fleed, okay, who chose to flee from the Garden of Eden, okay, Edenu, all right, which was saying a paradise. You understand? They fled. Who got my book Out of the Darkness? I think that's what we were supposed to be originally doing. Going to the damn Out of the Darkness book. But you go to the Out of the Darkness book, I break the whole story down, didn't I? And explain where the Nard story is coming from and what actually happened and how these people fell up under a new deity. You feel me? So Nardo Wick, and when you say wick, it's something that's lit up, okay, or caused to be inflamed. He gonna have to make a decision too. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody gonna get called. Everybody name gonna get called. And after that, it's between you and Azrael. I have no control over that. But after we done already put that call out, you feel what I'm saying? You gonna have to make that decision. Your number been called. We called a lot of numbers, and they ignored it because they thought they could. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't how it ended up. You feel me? We ain't playing. I keep telling you, I don't know about all this love and light shit, nigga, trying to kick it like, but I'm a warrior, okay? I'm prepared to live and die on whatever hill gotta be. It's shit just going on, you know what I mean? We know how to maneuver. You know what I mean? I got my peoples, they on guard. Boom, hey, look, hey, get this, grab that. Boom, hey, watch out, hold on. Okay, y'all stay right here. Boom, let me go check this shit out. We already on go about everything. You know what I'm saying? In any field, spiritual or physical, we're warriors, okay? We're going to fight. And I'm thinking about y'all children. They don't need to come up under Baby Kias. They don't need to come up under 21 Savages. They don't need to come up under Nature Boys or Young Pharaohs, all right? And all this talk about we need to be our own leader, right? We're not to keep them up. We don't need no leaders. You know what I'm saying? We just need to be the leader. But whole while he trying to be a leader and he ain't leading nobody nothing but to his own bank. You know what I'm saying? To put money in it. All right? All this talk about we don't need leaders, that got to stop. Okay? Because the only way that that's going to happen where everybody's a fucking leader is if somebody was able to lead everybody to being a fucking leader. You feel what I'm saying? You can't say that everybody out here leading their damn self right now is what is going to help this realm come back to light out of the darkness. No, that ain't gonna work. So I'm not trying to hear all this, it's just music shit. That's done. We're done with that. I'm not trying to hear all this, it's just art shit. We're done with that. Okay? Everybody from WAC 100 was telling me it wasn't gonna work. We ain't gonna be able to get it under control. Yes, we did. But here come these new motherfuckers. Here come these other demonic ass niggas who they racket. Listen, they screaming. You know what I mean? It's like it ain't even just no music that they just rapping over. It's like they're having to come with a harder force. Do you pay attention to that science? They're having to scream it now, as opposed to how Dirk was, how he could kind of sing it with the melody and shit like that. These motherfuckers is literally trying to pierce through what we done put up, all right, to protect the children from that. And I'm telling them niggas, I can scream louder than you. Relax, okay? You don't gotta believe in God. You don't have to do none of that. You don't have to be no religious person, none of that. But you will not, you don't have to help our efforts. That's fine. You will not attempt to hurt them or hinder them. That's when you got to face us. And I know all y'all think, here's what y'all think. You think you can get your little goons. I know, you get it. You think that because that's what you're used to. You understand? But where you going to be when we pull up? That's all we're saying. Because y'all got little shit. We got shit knocked out of solar system. That's what we have. You know what I mean? Listen, if it could have been, there was a nigga who was standing there, gun to my face. He leaning out the window with a gun to my face, my right hand to the Most High, and he couldn't pull the trigger. And I know he probably discombobulated to this day of why he couldn't just put it. I know he thought he secured the bag. I know in his mind he secured that bag. He got this shit. He said on everything, boy. But then he went on a loop. He kept saying the same shit. On everything, Mrs. Faye was right there. On everything, boy. On everything, boy. But he couldn't pull the trigger. I'm like, shit, okay. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo. I said, let's go. All right, I hop in the car. I didn't even close the damn car door. We smash out. You feel what I'm saying? The nigga was frozen in time. On everything, boy. On everything, boy. On everything, boy. You know what I mean? He didn't start saying that shit till I probably got home. Oh, shit. Police outside the car and shit. He don't even know he still got the shit pointed out the window. I know. This is deeper. They chose me. You know what I'm saying? Or you might say I chose myself. Whatever way you help you figure it out. It's going to happen. It's going to work. All right? Them niggas got to relax. No. I said no, and I already put it on record. You have to cease and desist. You have to. You have to cease and desist, family. You will not be allowed. It will not work. You understand? It'll be short-lived. Key words. God is moving. And God is saying nobody can help the drill. Nobody can help the devil. We beating the devil ass. You can't jump in. You know what I mean? You know the niggas stand around and say, you better not jump in it? Okay, that's my legions. They like, you better not jump in it. You better not jump in it. Yeah, jump in it if you want to. That's how them niggas talking to them niggas. So somebody might want to tell them, this ain't what you think it is. All this promoting this, that's why I say no unknownism. No. We bringing people into the know. Okay? We say you will know, listen, the truth, and the truth will make you free. All this unknownism, all this 666, no. No, because I said so. What the fuck you talking about? Or do something about it. I was saying, call your best and tell them to light up a candle and see if their hand don't fall off. All right? 999. No unknownism. We flipping this back up. Pick it back up to the mystic Tao. Okay, or Teo, or Tao, or Dao. It comes back up to what? 999. All right? You don't get to keep doing that. Bobby Hemmett, Brother Panic, anybody, y'all don't get to do that no more. Okay? That's over with. No Baphomet, none of that. All that's in the past. You can't do it no more. Okay? All this is us. This is where we going. You feel me? It's not a game. They think it's a game, come on live and shit. You know, I'm using a little social media platform. They see me writing it. It's not a game, nigga. When I get off in here, we go to war. Fuck you talking about? This is not a game. I'm ready to live or die on that hill. And if it was not that serious, as soon as I said the name, I wouldn't have stopped whatever I was doing to go into the tone mode to put all this on record. It is not a game. I wouldn't have stopped because that name came across my mental. All right, I would not have stopped to address it if it was a game. We're not playing about that. Y'all gonna see. We'll see. Somebody better tell them, though.
The script is here. That don't mean we script, that mean we script. We flip the script, we switching gear. No unknownism, we don't do no 66 a year. 999, yeah, we gon' juice that world for everything it worth. Lucid dream, we formed a new regime, we really too supreme. This ain't just no human beings, you read it right, we moving green. But we still blew the scene, boom. You gotta hop up there with me.
Smoke.
Pull up, get the puff and won't fuck with Diddy.
This ain't TD Jakes and this ain't Jacob.
Won't fuck with Diddy. Bitch, I'm from the A.
Please don't mistake it for another city.
New Jerusalem, don't do the fooly fool with him. And if you do, you lose a limb. Don't make me do it till you Sam.
I'm walking on top of coffins. I let the G's in.
Car shit, we do this often.
Not just the weekend. Dark skin, light skin.
Brown skin, dark skin, light skin, brown skin, dark skin, light skin, brown skin.
Bring them through the gate.
Through the gate, through the gate, through the gate, oh, through the gate, through the gate, through the gate, through the.
I said
dark skin, light skin, brown skin, brown. Oh, ooh, damn, shawty fine.
and she got a lot of mine. All right, it's not a game. It's not a game.
Whoa. Got my dictionary clout. Define that. How about thinking fuck like BBL and the thighs match hands on? Bitch, we reading breath. All you blind bats, leg down. Nigga hit the road. You know my contact. I'm from the crap. Put that stick to where they spine at.
You got to hear what he's saying, 'cause I put it all in between, right? I said, I'm from the craft. Okay? This is dual meaning. Craft as in this right here. Okay? All right? I'm from the craft as in a starship, as you might call it. I'm from the craft. Okay? Put that stick to where they spine at. Okay? But I'm also from the craft, which is this right here. Okay? Like in Harry Potter, where you got the magic wand. The craft. All right? I'm from the craft. Put that stick to where they spine at. People think stick, they might think gun. You know what I mean? Here go my gun. Don't say nothing. I don't hear one. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear nothing. This is the stick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's my gun. All right? Boom. But that's not what I'm talking about. But people need to hear this, y'all. That's what people need to hear to think, you know what I'm saying, on the level of, you know what I mean, how things have already been put out. But this is what I'm talking about. It's what I've always been talking about when I say a stick. The magic damn wand. Okay, so now you see the dual meaning. So if I'm talking about a gun, what the fuck? Then make it make sense then. All I say I'm from the craft, put that stick to where the spine is. So what's the craft? If I'm talking about a gun. No, so you gotta really listen when you listen to my music. Okay?
Contact. I'm from the crap. Put that stick to where they spine at. Not the hell. Nigga, this a heaven and beyond cat.
Listen, I spoke about the cat. I said not the hell. No, not the hell cat. We beyond that. This is the heaven and beyond cat. You understand? All right, watch.
Clientele, get that shit out quick like it's a time bell. We two different bodies, nigga. We do not align well.
We two different bodies, nigga. We do not align well. Here go my line. right? Here go my well, nigga. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? A little water. All right, we do not align well. We do not align well. We two different bodies, nigga. We do not align well. Y'all with me? It's different, ain't it? It's a little different. I think it's quite different, if I might say something. All right, we do not align well. Now watch the next line.
Bodies, nigga, we do not align well. Landing in that water, I see them fishing in my mail.
We do not align well. Nigga said landing in that water. I see them fishing in my mail. Listen, I know you missed that one. Landing in that water, I see them fishing in my mail. They said, no way. I said, yes way. I wrote it. I was there. Fish and mammal. Yeah, get deeper. You thought it just ended the line well? Like, I'm going to let you off the hook. What?
Clientele, get that shit out quick like it's a time bell. We two different bodies, nigga. We do not align well. Landing in that water, I see them fishing in my mail. Like, why the fuck you snooping around? You could have just asked me, dog.
Like, why you snooping around? Listen. Remember Snoop Dogg changed the name to, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Snoop lying, right? Because Snoop lying, right? Why the fuck you snooping around? You could have just asked me, dog. Listen.
Tied them up and looped them down. This ain't R. Kelly, nigga.
I tied them up and looped them down. This ain't R. Kelly, nigga. Why? Watch the next line.
Up and looped them down. This ain't R. Kelly, nigga. I know how to hard time.
I know how to hard time. You know that? I know how to hard time people. Remember that line when the interview said, I know how to hard time people. I said, I'm a hard time. I know how to hard time people. Right? I said, nigga, this ain't R. Kelly, nigga. I know how to hard tie. Y'all better listen to what I'm saying. I can lock a swine up real quick, send them into the water, all right, listen, and make their ass drown. Watch.
Ask me, dog. Tied them up and looped them down. This ain't R. Kelly, nigga. I know how to hard time. Bitch, you know we all how you smell it when we walk by.
You know we all high. You smell it when we walk by. Yeah, like that.
Or when we stepping past.
Or when we stepping past. Like, that's just a finesse. Like, nigga, had to tell you walking by also means stepping past. You get what I'm saying?
Walk by. Or when we stepping past.
You ain't never heard no bar that damn hard. Stop it. You ain't never heard nobody say, yeah, you smell it when I walk by or when I'm strolling, nigga. I mean, or when I saunter, ho. You ain't never heard that shit. Stop it.
We walk by, or when we stepping past. I don't pop perkies, I don't sniffing, I ain't inhaling gas.
Come on now, so you know I can't be talking about weed when I say you know we all high. You smell it when we walk by. You feel what I'm saying? Or when we stepping past. You feel what I'm saying? I don't pop perkies. You know what I mean? I say I don't pop perkies, I don't what?
I'm on my purpose, I went my purpose. I don't sniffing, I ain't inhaling.
I don't pop perks. I don't sniff and I ain't inhaling gas, so how I'm high. Yeah, and then you talking about a very specific word. Okay, talking about rank. I'm up in ranks. You feel what I'm saying? One of them ones. But you know we all high. You smell it when we walk by. Because we have a scent. All right? We have a scent. Okay? We have a scent. You smell it when we walk by. Or when we stepping past. Stop. Why? Stop. Let me go. Who got me? Watch out. Get out of me. I know. Get out of me.
Perkies, I don't sniffing, I ain't inhaling gas. I'm on my purpose, I went drifting.
Y'all better listen to what he said, though.
Gas. I'm on my purpose, we stepping past. I don't pop perkies, I don't sniffing, I ain't inhaling gas.
I don't pop perkies. Remember, you smell it when we walk past. I got a scent. I'm in a scent, right? Watch. I don't pop perkies. I don't sniff. And I ain't, listen. I don't know about everybody else, but I ain't in hell in gas. Listen, he telling you.
Oh, when we stepping past, I don't pop perkies, I don't sniffing, I ain't inhaling gas. I'm on my purpose, I went drifting if I ever crash.
Why would he say that? Let me tell you why. Because I said I ain't inhaling gas, meaning I ain't inhaling gas, but I ain't in hell in gas. All right? What's the next line? He's going to show you what the relation to hell is.
My purpose, I went drifting if I ever crash.
I'm on my purpose. Okay? I'm on my purpose. I ain't drifting Okay? If I ever crash, this is called definiteness of purpose. This is a book called Outwitting Who? The Devil. All right? That's how you know. That's how you know it do get like that. When people like, it don't get like that. Yes, it do. Look.
I'm on my purpose. I wasn't drifting if I ever crash.
Because those who drift, they call them drifters. This is where he get it from. All right? Definition of purpose come from the book Outwitting the Devil. So does drifters. Drifters are people who are not able to stay on their course. Okay? Every time somebody throw a current event or a suggestion or ad or anything at them, they drift and they go to the left or off to the right. They don't stay on what was referred to as the Sirata Mustaqim, okay, or the straight path or the Dao, the way. Okay? They can't stay on that straight and arrow or that straightened arrow. All right? As in going straight up, the straightened arrow. Straight and arrow. All right? Walking in the way of the water. Okay? Watch.
Everlasting life, I step outside and put my head in grass.
Everlasting life. I step outside and put my head in grass. Prostration. You understand? Everlasting life. Everlasting life. I step outside and put my head in grass. What's the next question?
Bitch, or what you know about a prostrate.
What do you know about a prostrate? What do you know about that? You feel what I'm saying? This is deeper. Listen.
Deeper than Shahada, been through shit that you could not take.
He said deeper than Shahada. It's deeper than Shahada. Okay? Why would he say that? Because he said, I've been through shit that you could not take. You know what I mean? This is a whole different type of travel. Once you done already got past that. And Shahada, people say you take Shahada. And I used to say, yo, why do people say that? I always say give Shahada. You know what I'm saying? But they say take. Watch.
Beat up on these bitches, turn a bitch to a apostate. Niggas is my sons in this period and it's not late. What I say, he said it's not late. And niggas is my pupil, play around and they gon' dilate. Like, oh, period and it's not late. Just turn a bitch to a apostate. Niggas is my sons in this period and it's not late.
That said, that boy said, niggas is my sons. All right? And that's period. And it's not late. Right? But you understand how people say if they period late, then that must be that they're expecting a child. You know what I mean? So that's what brings you around to sons. So next, watch this. Let me show you I'm gonna show you how this is. Because it is like this.
Beat up on these bitches, turn a bitch to a apostate. Niggas is my sons in this period and it's not late. What I say, he said it's not late.
Come on now, you gotta be a different type of genius to ask yourself what you said. You know what I mean? Can we get this man some credit of being a genius? He asked himself what he said, and himself was like, you know what I'm saying? You said not late. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. That's how niggas spazzing. Wow.
Apostate. Niggas is my sons in this period and it's not late. What I say, he said it's not late. And niggas is my pupil, play around and they gon' dilate.
Okay. Niggas is my pew pew. Watch this. Niggas is my pew pew. My pupil. Play around. And they gon' dilate. They gonna dilate. Right? So you're like, what the fuck do they mean dilate? That's the same thing they were wondering on the track. I heard them niggas talk. Watch.
Niggas is my pupil, play around and they gon' dilate. Like open up. No.
Like open up? Like open, you talking about like open up? Like, okay, you saying dilate. Like, okay, I get it. They gonna open up. We get it, Faise. No, nigga, dilate. Do we remember what pupil mean, right? The pupil is the shit that is either gonna contract or dilate. Okay, it's gonna open up or close. So nigga like, okay, I get it, they gonna open up. The pupil also means student, mean niggas up under me, right? Watch.
It's not late. What I say, he said it's not late. And niggas is my pupil, play around and they gon' dilate. Like open up. No, dilate like that. No got the snapping in it, bitch, and niggas body fade. But you know how long that shot take? What?
Nigga said, like, open up? Nigga said, no, bro, no, dilate, like I said. Like Thanos, listen, like Thanos got the snapping in this bitch. You know what happened when Thanos snapped, right? Like Thanos got the snapping in this bitch. and niggas body fade. Right? But you know how long that shot take. Which means there's a delay. You know how long it took them nigga to die in that damn movie. I said, but you know how long that shot take? Because when you snap, it's supposed to be quick, right? But Thanos snapped, and them motherfuckers died for like 10 minutes. Everybody just drifting away piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by die late. They get the plan, they gonna die late. It might not be right when you think shit gonna happen, but motherfuckers will be removed from the earth plane if they don't render themselves onto the way of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's their soul, that's everything, not just their body physically dying. Motherfuckers will not have any power, is what we're saying, okay? They ain't gonna have no power. All right, they gonna die late. So let's see if you get it now.
Thanos got the snapping in it. This my pupil play around and they gon' dilate. Like open up. No, dilate like Thanos got the snapping in it, bitch, and niggas body fade. But you know how long that shot take? One, I ain't finna fuck around with none of y'all. Two, race a puppet, then I lap him like a dummy dog. Three, wait, I'll come after three. Bitch, you a friend of four. Five, wait, bitch, I'm tired of counting, I got shit to do. And I can count cause I got wisdom, ho. The beast, I see him coming out that water prepared for a feast. Six, I could be tired and still persist, bitch. Last supper, 7, 8, 9, now 7 look big. Get out my dictionary.
Come on now.
I think it's fun like BBL and the thighs match hands on. Bitch, we reading breath, all you blind bats, leg down. Nigga hit the road, you know my contact. Off from the crap, put that stick to where they spine at. Not the hell, nigga, this a heaven and beyond cat clientele. Get that shit off quick like it's a time bell. We two different bodies, nigga. We do not align well. Align well.
I don't know why I thought that shit was gonna just roll in like the experience. But yeah, I wrote that shit down.
We don't align well. Fishing. Why you going through my mail? Mammal. Align well. Two different bodies. These are two different bodies of two different animals. But both of them is mammals because a whale is a mammal. Shit different. Stop it. I just want the visit to be real quick and pop it. That's all. We can drop it.
Boom. All right, so all this shit was on Wedding of the Lamb. You know what I mean? Another one we were talking about when we read the Touch Me Not. Remember when he was like, yo, hold on, don't touch me. My father ain't, you know what I'm saying? I haven't ascended unto my father. This song is called Touch Me Not on my album. All right, Wedding of the Lamb. 13 songs, 33 minutes. Please do not miss this. Okay? Now, all that's divine. Do y'all really think, listen, y'all really think I timed all them damn songs? If you do, I mean, I'm flattered. But look, the shit divine. It just line up how it line up. Even how the shape of the songs be. Like, why the songs always do a wave. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, whatever. You either paying attention or you not. Okay? But I'm paying it.
It's plenty. They say they love me and I fell for it. True religion sagging, why the fuck I'm on the bell for it? Get so paranoid, girls are shopping head on swivel. All I know is blah blah blah. It's shot go up and get low.
Belly to the pavement. Tell me, is you locked in? This shit interwoven. Stuck my toes in, yeah.
Get too comfortable, I know
I can't get cozy, yeah.
touch me now,
You know my father ain't no rose me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Roll back the stone.
I ain't in there.
Nigga, I know what you own.
I been there.
Get in that shadow, I hot out the fence there, hot out the porch.
Swimwear.
Got me a toy, not a Cinderella, can't
Fit in my shoes, look in my eyes.
See what I did in the street for a nigga.
What didn't I do? You'll be surprised.
I seen the darkness
On every side.
between me and you, I was very wise. On a nigga like, wait, this a bad feeling. Cheddar nigga, make sure that they hand tied. Pulling up with the
Fam ride.
My mama's son, we them boy like franchise. When they rock in my hand, I'ma dance and lean with it. Hit the dirt, it's a landslide. I wonder why they
Say they love me and I fell for it.
true religion sagging. Why the
Fuck I'm towing the belt for it.
get so paranoid?
Grocery shopping, head on swivel. All I know is blah blah blah. Shots go off then get low.
Belly to the
Payment, tell me is you locked in? This shit interwoven. Ain't he stuck my toes in, yeah.
get too comfortable. I
No, I can't get cozy, yeah.
touch me now.
You know my father ain't no rose me, yeah.
Yeah, I touched the booth.
I fell in love.
I swear to God, I never taught my tell it all. Y'all better know. I smell the dogs and the skelly bras. I let it all to y'all belly or off. Get it, y'all.
However much.
I done lost count, but my leverage wasn't never numbers.
No, it never was.
I was selling CDs G's out the minivan, thinking, damn, will I ever get a buzz? But I gotta shout out to the Ella above, cause the devil loves
To embellish us with material things.
While telling us that we needed to level up, but then we just forget it wasn't long ago that we didn't have nothing and
Prayed for change.
When they paid for candy, rappers forgot why they did it and changed. They wait for fame, cause Satan claimed
Daddy love them and they fell for it.
true religion sagging, why the fuck?
I'm towing a belt for it.
Get so paranoid, grocery shopping.
Head on swivel. All I know is blah blah blah. If shots go off, then
Get low,
belly to the pavement. Tell me, is you locked in? This shit interwoven. And he stuck my toes in, yeah.
get too comfortable.
No, I can't get cozy, yeah. You know my father ain't no rose me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Touch me not, you know my father ain't no rose me, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I fell for it, true religion. Why the fuck I'm towing a belt for it? You know what I'm saying? Niggas said true religion sagging. Why the fuck I'm towing a belt for it? Paranoia, grocery shopping, head on swivel. All I know is blah blah blah. If shots go off, then get low. Belly to the pavement. Tell me, is you locked in? This shit interwoven. Ain't even stuck my toes in, yeah. Don't get too comfortable, you know. I can't get cozy, yeah. Touch me not, you know my father ain't no rose me yet. Nigga said, roll back the stone, I ain't in there. Nigga, I know what you on. I been there. You know what I'm saying? Get in that shadow. I hopped out the, what I say, get in that shadow, what's that line?
Belly to the pay. Oh, comfortable. Me, yeah. Nigga, I know what you on. I been there. Get in that shadow. I hopped out the fence there.
Yeah, get in that shadow. I hopped off the fence there. Listen to me. Hopped out the porch in some swimwear. All right, got me a torch and no Cinderella. Can't fit in my shoes. Look in my eyes. Trying to see what I did in these streets. Fuck, nigga, what didn't I do? Yeah, you'll be surprised. I seen the darkness of every side. Difference between me and you, I was very wise. Come on now. I'm the nigga like, wait, it's a bad feeling. Check that nigga, make sure that his hand tied. Pulling up with the family. I'm my mama's son. You know what I'm saying? I said pulling up with the family. Then my mama's sons. We them boy like franchise. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you ain't hearing them. Come on now.
Dude, look in my eyes, see what I did in the street.
Fuck nigga, what didn't I do? Yeah, you'll be surprised.
I seen the darkness of every side. Difference between me and you.
I was very wise.
I'm a nigga like, wait, it's a bad feeling. Check that nigga, make sure that they hand tied.
Pulling up with the family.
My mama's son, we them boy like franchise. When they rockin' my hand, I'ma dance and lean with it. Hit the dirt, it's a landslide. I wonder why they say they.
Come on now, we them boys like franchise. When they rocking my hand, I'ma hit. I said when they rocking my hand, I'ma lean with it. Hit the dirt, it's a landslide. I know lean with it and hit the dirt is the franchise boy song, right? We them boys. Come on now. Come on now. Give them credit. Give them credit. It's different. You waiting on me? Probably get this same shit. What's hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Y'all all right? Everybody good? About time for another fast too. Another thing, I'm gonna be doing a fast schedule. That's coming. All right. So what it appears to be is every Sunday and Wednesday. That's gonna be when we fast. All right. Instead of just periodic fasting, okay, it's gonna be every week. So that's coming. All right. As soon as I announce it, that's when we're gonna get on it. Every Sunday, every Wednesday. Every Sunday for sure. If anything changes, it'll be Wednesday. But I do Sunday for sure because I know everybody gonna want to do most people gonna be partying and shit Friday and Saturday, even though they act like they not. They gonna be partying and shit, doing all that extra shit. But Sunday for sure, you know what I mean, that people will reset. And then Wednesday, just to get a kicker in again, you know what I mean, after Sunday done passed. You know what I mean? It was gonna be Thursday, but we deliberated more about what day in the week. But I know for sure it needs to be Sunday. I was thinking Sabbath at first, but then I went back around to Sunday because that was my original thought. I was thinking on Saturday, but then I was like, nah, because this is the Western Hemisphere. Motherfuckers is not observing the Sabbath. They kick it like they are, but they're not. You know what I mean? So I'm just making it easier for people to get on board. Shouldn't be no excuses. And then you just keep getting better and better. Fasting is healthy. Y'all should research this shit now. Interestingly enough, more and more people talking about this shit now. Talking about how healthy it is and how it's changing your body and all that stuff. Shit. You know what I mean? And I know I'm not saying I'm the first person to talk about the health. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? They try to act like I was on some pseudoscience shit. It's literally science, nigga. All right, come on now. And interestingly enough, the thing that activates through fasting is called ketones. Ketones. And it's been the ketones that people got to activate toward learning or lean toward learning, you know what I mean, to activate them points in their chakras, as you call them, or organs. But all this is going to speed it up anyway. So even if you don't know what you're doing, you cannot know what you're doing and fast. You cannot be a Muslim and fast. You cannot be a Christian or a spiritual person or a vegan and fast. And shit's still going to speed up. It's still going to speed up.
Blame it on the eyes, deny the nights that I was down.
Oh, Lord.
I need you now.
On my knees.
Trying to find the sound.
Who designed me? And if it wasn't for your... How would I have completed the climb? You could have left me behind. I needed time. Sometimes I doubt it. Spirit is willing, but it's that flesh used to cloud it. I did things I wasn't proud of. Cup run up over liquid gunpowder. But I get louder, cause this is the hour. If it wasn't burning bridges, I know I could fly. They say that they with me, no, that's a lie. All my life it's just been me and I. When I was young, but I was gone. Birth without a conscience into a motherfucking higher science. Saved my soul. That I know, but I won't. I ascend like the wind. I go home. I ascend like the wind go well. I am free from this sinful world. I wasn't love it. I was just in your world. I am from above, I was sent. Oh world, I ascend like the wind. Go world, I am free from this sinful world. I'm only here on borrowed time. Know they wondering why I shine. You can blame it on the deny the nights that I was down. Oh Lord, I need you now. On my knees, trying to find the sound. Who designed me? And if it wasn't for your mercy, how would I have completed the climb? You could have left me behind. I needed time, you allowed me. Sometimes I doubt it. Spirit is willing, but it's that flesh that clouded. I did things I wasn't proud of. Cup running over liquid gunpowder. They tell me be silent, but I get louder. This is the hour. The issue wasn't burning bridges. I know I could fly. They say that they with me, no, that's a lie. All my life it's just been me and I, yeah. Till I was young. Not so much that I ever left, but I was gone. I wasn't birthed without a conscience. I would've grew into a motherfucking monster. Higher science saved my soul. I'm made free from the truth that I know. This illusion may fade, but I won't. I ascend like the wind, I go home. I ascend like the wind go well. I am free from this sinful world. I wasn't of it, I was just in your world. I am from above, I was sent, oh world.
What do you want?
Or need in yours truly. What do you want or need to receive and trust in me? They can't take the love. I have faith enough. I could move a mountain. Wake it up. I'm still making it over and over. I'm still taking it over. I told ya. Turn the sun like it's Sanford. It's different. I ask God for an answer and listen. I listen. I really listen. Call me the Kid Cudi, give me day and night. Call me the Kid Cudi, true, nobody believes me. It's something strange here.
Call me the kid, not the goat.
Not the Rudolph reindeer. I know why I came here. Do you know why I came here? Is it true what they say online? You can believe it if you choose. It's okay, it's fine. I shouldn't have to jump through hoops, set a flame to try to change your mind. Chuck up the dudes, it's okay to find.
It's way more
Complex than the movement.
so take your time.
I'm trying to figure why I'm moving this way no matter who didn't stay.
I said it's cool, that's even if
I'm alone.
Not your lace on up my shoes,
And I
take the stride.
by my own side, I will make it home regardless.
Plenty loves me.
All them bones in the darkness.
No, they still can see it.
They like Faise got them all in.
I will never lead you wrong.
Just keep walking.
What
Do you want or need? And yours truly. What do you want or need to receive and trust in me? And they can't take the love. I have faith in love. I could move a mountain.
wake it up,
I'm still
making it
over and over. I'm still taking it over. I told ya,
nine turn to sun
like it's Sanford.
it's different.
I ask God for an answer and listen. I listen, I really listen. Give me day and night. Call me the Kid Cudi, true. Nobody believes me. It's nothing strange here. Call me the kid, not the goat, not the Rudolph reindeer. I know why I came here. Far away from where we started. Different day from where we first departed. Promise on that night of power, I would stay on target. Ghetto Anunnaki making music in the project. Kiss me on my shoulder, I'm a soldier, I need love too. Bet I eat my before I ever sell my soul. Who? Hopscotch as young as I'm still on my square. Time ain't no joke, but I was laughing, I was
Unaware, taking up the
seconds off the clock.
beg your pardon, phase.
Fucking blessing, not gonna stop. Jigging started, I don't know how to,
Wanna say my profit,
but they not retarded.
they know about that brick, I'm on the top.
Let's see who dropped the hardest. Nobody defile me. If you ask me, I'm a virgin.
Ain't no problem, use a fan like
What
what they passing
out in churches, and these ain't Jesus pieces. These are symbols of eternal life.
tunnel vision, yeah.
100 glizzies, case they come to fight.
Far away,
From where we started, different day from where we first departed. Promise on that night of power, I would stay on target. Ghetto Anunnaki making music in the project. Kiss me on my shoulder, I'm a soldier, I need love too. Bet I eat my before I ever sell my soul. Who?
we were playing hopscotch.
As youngins, I'm still on my square. Time ain't no joke, but I was laughing, I was unaware.
I can smell the CIA.
From sitting inside my living room,
Plus niggas trying to warn me, I got hits on me.
I've been in tune.
Just know when I dip out that little planet.
They gon' end it soon.
Copyright my dreams are not the trademark.
Yellow bitch, I'm in that field.
Without no face card, come face God.
But you don't know how it feel to have a.
Target as a face card. Blacked out on these folks.
It's all white.
It's not no race for us, so rest assured, but wake ashore. The place that I'ma take it so
Far away from where we started. Different day from where we first departed. Promise on that night of power, I would stay on target. Ghetto Anunnaki making music in the project. Kiss me on my shoulder, I'm a soldier, I need love too. Bet I eat my pistol before I ever sell my soul. Who?
we were playing hopscotch.
As young as I'm still on my square. Time ain't no joke, but I was laughing, I was unaware. For a lost time. Notice the sample is saying, make up for a lost time. You know what I'm saying? Far away from where. Oh, okay. For a lost time. Find a way to end the line. Wait on. Yeah, who? Like, yeah. Alright, y'all, I'm finna have to get out of here. I ain't had nothing to eat today. I'm gonna give me something to eat. Alright. I love y'all. Peace in the lab is truly wonderful. Make sure y'all stream the Wedding of the Lamb album, or go listen to the experience, go listen to the experience on YouTube. Right? Wedding of the Lamb. And go back to Blood of the Lamb if you ain't heard that. And go look at the Homeless album if you ain't heard that. The Michael album if you ain't heard that. The Ninth Hour album if you ain't heard that. Who got albums? You know what I mean? We having albums. It's like that. The Rivals, Man on Mars, okay? I Came Through, all right? Even the How to Love Again, and we ain't never dropped it on the streaming services, but it's available on YouTube, you know what I mean? And we're going to keep going, all right? I love y'all. Peace in the Lamb. It's truly wonderful.